Shalom to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Commanding General Yahanna, the true leader, the black. Shalom to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Commanding General Yahanna, the true leader for the nation of Israel. The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are urging our brothers and sisters to tune in to Black Watch. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the Black Watch YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. That little bell will give you a notification every time a new video is out. Commanding General Yahanna is putting out videos every week as he updates the nation of Israel on the happenings in our nation, updates on the coronavirus, crimes going on in our communities, and everything that we need to know, the things our so-called religious leaders and leaders in the black community don't want to talk about. Commanding General Yahanna, Black Watch. If you miss it, don't blame us, blame yourself. Shalom to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Commanding General Yahanna, the true leader for the nation of Israel. The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are urging our brothers and sisters to tune in to Black Watch. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the Black Watch YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. That little bell will give you a notification every time a new video is out. Commanding General Yahanna is putting out videos every week as he updates the nation of Israel on the happenings in our nation, updates on the coronavirus, crimes going on in our communities, and everything that we need to know, the things our so-called religious leaders and leaders in the black community don't want to talk about. Commanding General Yahanna, Black Watch. If you miss it, don't blame us, blame yourself.
That's right.
To the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, commending General Yahanna, the true leader for the nation of Israel, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are urging our brothers and sisters to tune in to Black Watch. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the Black Watch YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. That little bell will give you a notification every time a new video is out. Commending General Yahanna is putting out videos every week as he updates the nation of Israel on the happenings in our nation, updates on the coronavirus, crimes going on in our communities, and everything that we need to know, the things our so-called religious leaders and leaders in the black community don't want to talk about. Commanding General Yahanna, Black Watch. If you miss it, don't blame us, blame yourself.
Yeah, a bit more.
Oh, this airline's playing games with me, you know. You said you're going to automate messages. No. You have customer service. You know?
What happened?
You are just sending automated messages, man. Obviously, yeah. When the white money it wasn't automated. I don't know what white money that. So sorry, we'll get in touch with you. No.
Really, that now,
But honestly, yeah, the thing is, though, yeah, I get what you're saying, but let's do that, yeah. People waiting on their money back.
but then,
All people waiting on their money back.
so you got people
Waiting on their money back from the airline as well. So obviously, yeah, every time I say, what's going on the refund here? You get me? Yeah, airline taking money. I'm like, how's the man get you know, you said, you know, I'm only starting from the people in the stone, but constantly, no, just cause me unnecessary stress. Honestly, you see, everyone that after the voucher thing, there's no point there because you're going to open up the country, it's still going to be a semi-lockdown. What's the point?
100%. Unless you got a cure, yeah, and you can figure out, because what's going to happen is they're going to lock it down. One month they have it, they give that to everybody else again.
Oh, yeah, apparently, the article today was said, you see how the opening back up primary schools? The opening back up primary schools, yeah, apparently 2 pupils have contracted coronavirus. Which means what?
Really?
Yeah, which means what? They want to send kids back to school in June. For what? That makes sense. For what? Oh, yeah, it's 2 people got it.
You could have had it.
Say what?
You could have had it already, you know. You're muted.
No, but you can get it again.
You get it now?
Yeah, like remember you can get it 2-3 times.
See that? Initially, that was saying that. When the back. The first, they only killed children. No, they only killed big people. They didn't kill children. They didn't kill. No, this.
Put it this way, yeah, this is what they say. If you get it, you might recover from it, but your lungs is still messed up anyway. So imagine imagine if the next something comes in 20 years time from now, you get it, your lungs is still ruined from the coronavirus in 20 years, right? So all these people getting happy about beating it, yeah, beat corona. Oh shit.
Oh, did you
to remind you, man. It's alright, you know.
the cold one?
Sometimes too much, you know, it's so much, I'm sickly.
I probably get chocolate inside. You got a couple.
Nah, like the sugar, you meant to sprinkle the sugar on top of the whole bag by accident. So that's it, so messy.
Yes, you know some shit.
You ain't lying.
They want some more than the sheep.
Are they?
Massive.
Oh, I don't think so.
How did you want the government give some money if they're gonna?
What places?
No.
It's like, well, listen, you know, everything goes back to somewhat normal. How are they going to afford all of this? Like England ain't be a place that wants to be giving up money like that.
Shalom, so you have watched me out.
Yeah, but some Shabrak, what's going on? What's going on? What it looking like?
Yes, there, man. Me and Dr. Barry, yeah.
We there on the ends.
On the ends, you know, it's on the ends. You know what I mean?
Yes, we just there on the ends. Yeah, I mean, you know, we just chill and do it. Who inside there with you?
On the ends. Yeah, I'm Dr. Barry. Money gets you Shalom, sister tells now what I Shalom to mad by Yam.
Where my dupes? Where my side? Gotcha.
On his way, sir. On his way, because
I get you.
Hold
on 1 second.
Sorry about that. What are you saying? Shalom and a quaff on the ends. What do you call you? You say Muslims. I'm gonna play the third question. I've seen that. Like, I've seen the volume go up. You said up the volume by the
I don't see these kind of houses, no?
Huh?
I don't see these kind of houses.
That's good.
No. The CV's called, is it called Complete?
Return the Shooter?
No, Complete. It was meant to be called Return of the Shooter 2, but it's called Return of the Shooter 2, but change the name.
Oh, I thought remember you got with us and it fell out. Yeah? I thought it fell out, you know?
No, it was in jail, so
No, it came out.
it recently came out, so I was thinking,
I was okay, you know.
This is very like one-dimensional, though.
It's what usually doing.
Like, you couldn't listen to him every day. Shot and grab, see video. Now the first shot come out, second. Obviously driving the bike, the first then the shot, they sit down and drops. Not no more, it's lost now, you know. Is a lost a bit because I don't want to go to jail, Mississippi, man. Remember, Jimmy really that thing, they only do.
Nah, I really don't get up to time to do. Not the hourly.
That's enough, you know.
Not every day.
About 3-4 times a week.
They're rushing to quickly. I'm not going to there is
Most of the things in the kind of rock, like the water bottles and pillowcase.
Shalom for fire. No, don't fuck H. Your H.
Yeah. We're back. Yeah.
But Captain Rashad on the ends.
All right.
Again, it's back every Friday. 9 p.m. You know what I mean? Captain Shock is on the end. You know what I mean? We still got to give him a shot. Captain Shock is on the end. Shit, gonna get there. We ain't finished yet. You know, if it's done, he's there. You know, make sure you support to heart, mind, and body. Right here, flavors. This right here is candy. Make sure you support that. Call the number. Get you one of these, man. Support the truth. Don't get rid of that dog soap, man. So that, you know, come get the real baptism right here, man. It's the real baptism right here. It's
listen, I could vouch for that soap right there. Where the cold-blooded? Yeah, any cold-blooded? The cold-blooded and the frankincense is, I mean, but that cold-blooded, I could swear by that shit. I could swear by that.
There you go, man.
Yeah, man.
Take it from a captain. If you don't believe me, take it by a captain.
Yeah.
The bottom is lying not one to another, man. So the captain said the cold is back. He'll be lying, man.
Not on Friday. Not on Fridays. I don't lie on Fridays.
You don't lie, man. Come on, man. The captain don't tell lies.
I don't lie on Friday. If it was yesterday, I might have been lying. But today, I don't lie on Fridays. Yeah, I mean. Friday and Saturday is camp days, so I can't lie. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Now we get yourself like a priest, man. You wondering how crap we got all these, you know, let me stop. I'll get some trouble.
I'll say it for you. You want to know how crap I got all these women. All the Christians say, women.
This is the secret right here, man. In fact, disclaimer, you know, women, if you don't want your man to another rib here, don't buy this stuff, man. Don't buy it, man. Yo, you will get one. This is a cappuccino. You know, it smells like, you know, what's it called? Starbucks cappuccino, man.
Yeah, man. Man is hot today, brother. Today, brother, it's 8.
Bro, you almost lost it on the energy already, bro.
It's 80, 88, 86 degrees today, I think, in DC. Boy, listen, hold on. Let me tell you what that is for you, all right? For you all, it's 30, right? 30 is kind of hot for you all?
That's too hot. Celsius.
Yeah.
In the UK, we would never get 70. 28 is like record breaking. 29, that's record breaking for us.
Nah, it's 86. It was 86 today. It was 86. It's 86 right now, so that's about 30 degrees for you all. And this is like the first hot day we get in a minute. Yesterday was like maybe 70 degrees. So 70 versus let me see for you. 21. What's 21? 21 is a cool day, right?
He said a blazing hot day, you look at 29, 20, that's an unbearable blazing day. 27 upwards.
Yeah.
19 decent for us. We have 19 degrees, it's good, man. But right now,
I realize y'all ain't gonna survive America summer. y'all go okay, today is hot outside, but it's like a nice day. It's a cool day to go outside and do whatever. And this 86. And usually, you know, we talking about 89, 90, 95. Let me see, 95 degrees, brother, is 35 degrees for you.
We will never have that. That's a record breaking. That's a why people over here who get skin cancer? You're not 35, man. They will cook on the job. So literally, they got fried Edomites. No, baked. They are baked Edomites.
Yeah, fritter.
Edomite fritters on the job, man.
Devil fritter.
Devil fritters. And it's against the dietary law. For anyone out there, devil fritters is against the dietary law. Definitely against the dietary law, man. You know what I mean? Smell it alone.
I know you're talking about going down to Texas next time for the barbecue. Texas average during the summer that's be 110, 115. 115 degrees is 46 degrees for you.
In the UK,
I'm not saying, nah, I couldn't do it. You ain't flying. You ain't jumping on that plane. Don't go back.
In Texas, they got cool breeze. In England, it's humid, dead, dry heat.
Which cool breeze is have in Texas?
I think tumbleweed blow by. That's cool breeze right there, man.
Listen.
But tumbleweed blow by.
You see, you think that tumbleweed blowing, that tumbleweed running from the heat. There's legs. There's legs under that tumbleweed.
I don't feel loaded, man. I'm looking to roast today in Texas, man.
Nah, man, it's nice down there, though. It's nice down there. Dallas and Houston, you're gonna like either one. You know what I mean? If you like California, you're gonna like Texas, especially for the food. Texas food is.
No, it's maybe gonna be there. Like, it's maybe the Beyonce gonna be there because it's not gonna. I'll stay.
I mean, but that's where they're from. You know what I mean? That's where, you know.
But the Texas produce them kind of women.
Well, I mean, I've heard a thing or two about the stallions down there in Texas.
Okay.
But
you got my attention.
You know, it ain't bad. I mean, the heat is the worst thing, honestly. Like, because even though that's like a racist state, is, you know, real devil, real Edomite, you know, Esau down there. It's you know, the pockets of the black neighborhoods is black neighborhoods. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's real, you know, like, to me, the South on the whole has remind me of the Caribbean. You know what I mean? The South on the whole does remind me of the of how, you know, the vibe in the Caribbean is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you'll fit with it right in. The only thing I think is the heat is what probably gonna really get to y'all, because y'all because of where you all at located, you don't really get that hot up there. You know what I mean? You don't really get that hot. Really, 30 degrees is nothing. You know what I mean? For us, because of where we at. You know what I mean? We lower down than y'all. Y'all are a little bit more north than us. You know what I mean? So
it makes sense, because I remember when you was down here, you kept putting the heater on every second, and it was hot. So I remember, like, all the time I was like, putting the heater on every second, and it was hot to us down here. Remember, said
what?
Remember how you were putting the heater on every second, and also I was like, "Sir, it's hot."
What you talking about? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. The heater? What you talking about?
In the car, so I remember.
Listen, listen. Wait, hold on. Look, I could pull the tape right now where I had to take my jacket off in the car.
So if I remember correctly, it's the opposite. If I remember correctly, you like the cold. You said
exactly. I love it cold. So yeah. Wrong. Listen, everybody who know me. I prefer 0 degrees than summertime, which is weird because I'm from listen, in the wintertime, I keep the window open in the room. I push the window open so that cold breeze could come in. You don't know nothing about that. You know why? Because Eve afraid the cold. So where's she running? Where's she running?
So I'm a warm man.
Listen, when she want to get warm, she gonna scoot closer. She gonna scoot closer and then light the fire. You know what I mean? You don't know nothing about them tricks, man.
Oh no, I get too cold, man. I'm a heating kind of guy. Central heating, run the heating bill up.
Nah, I rather colder. I could I survive the winter faster than I survive the summer.
I can't do it. So like you said, so we got a couple more words for you. You know what I mean? Before you got away. So this week now we got a couple words for you. So what does it mean in the UK to be gobby?
Gobby? I have no idea. It sounds weird.
Break it. What does it mean to gobble up something? What's your gob?
Oh, greedy.
I'll let you see what it means.
Gobby.
What is with Gobby?
Give me a clue.
I'm thinking food. I'm thinking gobble up.
Gobby's your mouth. So it's Gobby being loud mouth or offensive. Someone that talks a lot, that's someone that's Gobby.
So like you say, like that Christian from 2016, the one that came up to the camp that time. Perfect example of Gobby. Remember that one?
Just full of mouth, like he mouthing off and full of mouth.
Come on, your Gobby's your mouth. You know what I mean? Someone will shut your gob. They say shut your mouth. So someone who's mouthy, that's their gob. So that's what it means to Gobby. What does it mean? This is a London one. You don't get this in bro, but what is a score?
A score? I don't know, like a lick, like you hit a lick, you get like you come up on something.
Come on,
it depends on what you're talking about.
Oh, English, you read the Bible, so come on, man.
Oh, a score. Like a score, like 4 score and 3 score and 10.
Yeah, score is £20, man.
Yeah, 20. A score is 20. So that's what a score.
Like, you get it in London, the people will start like in the drug game, a man will say, a score, meaning like 20 back. Or a man will say, give me a score, meaning it was £20. Just like the Bible say Abraham was 4 score years old. That's what a score means also in the UK. So last one for today. What is a waste man?
A waste man, like how Yankee is city fuck boy. Excuse my language. Yeah, be a waste man.
A waste man, a worthless person. So a waste man. He ain't doing nothing with his life, man. He ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? Like fake Israelite groups, a waste man. So is that right? Is that the right context? Fake Israelite groups is waste man.
Like in FIFA, Dom Gaba when compared to me, be a waste man.
So like you said, I still got the scores written down somewhere.
Say again?
I still got the scores written down somewhere. You got them still? From when we used to play, I still got them.
I mean, it's not what you did, it's what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you really want, if you want smoke, I'll smoke for you.
You got 20 cents. You got FIFA 20 cents.
I got 21.
Whenever you're ready, I'm available.
Mama is a Dungle bar. I've seen Dungle bar in action. I've seen what the people are. I've seen Dungle bar go to house parties and kill everybody. Passing the controllers, biting me. I've seen. But I haven't seen what it can do, man. That's where my money is, man. That's where my score is. Up to Dungle bar, man. I can't roll in the house again yet.
Yeah. So what we dealing with? I see you all have a whole ton of shit going on over there now. Not over there, but in general. You know what I mean?
The first we go into is as everyone knows, the laws in the UK got relaxed. You know what I mean? Boris Johnson, he ran this whole quarantine thing. 6 weeks? And now it's okay, now we can relax the laws. Went from stay at home to stay alert. So he gave a big confusing speech. Everyone scratched his head like, huh? It didn't make sense. The man said, go to work if you must. Like people that work don't make that decision, man. It's not our decision to make it. The employees make that decision.
He said go to work if you must.
If you must. But unless you're an entrepreneur, you don't have that decision to make. Your employees make that kind of decision. And don't use public transportation. Like if you live in London, you ain't getting to slavery. Unless you use public transportation, you ain't getting around. You can't drive around that busy city, man. Then on top of that, he raised congestion charge. So you can't. So now you got to pay more to drive on the London roads. So if you raise congestion charge, then people are going to take public transport. But then they can't take public transport because he said don't take public transport. So it's confusing. You don't know what he's talking about. It's all crazy. And that's just the British law, man. The British law is crazy, man. The British law is crazy. And if you're a black man, think you are, I follow the law of England and blah blah blah. Then you're just crazy, man. The English law is crazy. In the British law, there's still crazy laws that exist this day, man. And we're gonna get them as well.
Yeah, that's I mean, I think he doesn't seem to be I don't know how to describe him, but he doesn't seem to be a very smart leader. Like he don't know when to take low. He don't know when to to give way to something. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to give way. It doesn't mean you're not in power, but you have the power to make the decision that right. But I could tell with him is like he trying to flex his masculinity on the coronavirus damn near. So, he ain't want to close down stuff. Then he closed it down too late. Then, when it's time to reopen, he don't want to reopen slowly. So he kind of letting the public do whatever they have to do. It's damn near like he don't want to make any decisions so he don't get blamed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it was time to close down everything in England, he didn't do it. Because, of course, if he closed it down and then the coronavirus was a false alarm, then, they would say, Boris, jump in the gun, right? But no, he closed it down late. Now it's time to open back. He don't want to open it halfway because, of course, they want their businesses and them kind of things open so they could make their money. But then, he don't want to say you could open back, but you on this side can't. So he'll get blamed. It's like he don't want to get blamed for shit, which is like a sign of a weak leader. He don't want to take responsibility or blame for nothing. You get me?
Mason, there was one thing that Boris Johnson had no problem doing. When it comes to coronavirus, he's scared, he's not sure, he's not giving black and white answers. It's kind of, on the fence. But when it came to deporting the black people, Boris Johnson, he stood firm, man. He made that decision, didn't hesitate. So, I'm deporting the black people, charter flights, you're going home, you're criminals, petty crimes, you are going home, man. But now when it comes to, making sure the British public, he don't know, not too sure. But when it comes to having black people, he's sure about that, man.
Exactly.
He knows that, man.
Yep. Whenever it comes to harming us, the heathens, they don't have no mercy. They don't have no cut card. They'll do whatever. You know what I mean? They'll do whatever and do it to the fullest. But when it's them, it's something different. It's something totally different. Like the brothers in Trinidad was telling me how America moving on Venezuela, right? Right. So since last year they was trying to move, but Trinidad is the closest Caribbean island to Venezuela. It's maybe what? It's very close. You go on the west coast of Trinidad, you could see Venezuela. You could see the coastline of Venezuela. You get me? It's literally that close. I'm gonna tell you exactly how far away it is. It's just a few miles. Go ahead.
Is that close? Is that close with all the 10 tribes? I might go swimming. I might go swimming. Like no boat can stop me with all them 10 tribes out there. So being all the 10 tribes, I might have to throw a float out there or a rope out there. If it's that close, I'll do Camp Gallo on Friday, Saturday. I'll set a rope out there. If it's that close, let me know.
It's that close. You better learn some Spanish, though.
What I said? The thing is, I got Google Translate, man. I'll make it work, man.
I don't know about that. That might slow your roll.
Nah, listen. You think Bolt got a rib from Google Translate? That's a fact. I lie. He got a rib. The official rib. But no, he met it on Google Translate and he pressed the button and said, Usain Bolt says, "Do you have a man?" And he got lucky, man.
Also, like we said, we're gonna make Acts the second chapter. That's what we're gonna go there. This time we're gonna understand.
Did I say that one more time? I ain't hear you.
Said we're gonna make Acts the second chapter happen. The Lord's with us, man. We're gonna be speaking our own tongue, and they're gonna be like, how this man matching in Spanish? And it's like that.
I'm gonna let you go then. I'm gonna let you go then, dog. How are you tell me about? Listen, Usain Bolt didn't get no woman off of Google Translate. So he get a woman off of being big and black and fast. Because was the woman he got a so-called Hispanic or Native Indian or a black woman?
Hispanic?
You sure?
I believe she's from Brazil. I feel Portuguese.
I thought the broad he got was from Sweden somewhere.
I believe this one was Brazilian and it was in the whole time. Let me pull it up. I believe
That's
that's
the one who came out with the story and kind of jeopardized his relationship with his girlfriend at the time.
Come on, Khan. I'm
Okay.
sure Brazil.
Maybe.
The Olympics in Brazil. Remember that devil that lied and said he was mobbed in Brazil? Is that same Olympics? If I'm correct.
It may be. It's possible, but still, well, you go on Google Translate and see if you can pull something from Rio. See?
We'll see. You have faith, man. You hope he speaks, man.
Huh? Usain Bolt caught in bed with Brazilian student in Rio.
Yeah, I think that was after the Olympics down there.
Come on, Khan.
I think it was just after the Olympics down there, and that's what happened with him. But yeah, like back to Boris and them, you know how they deal with us. Like, okay, now you know Venezuela is trying to move on. I mean, America trying to move on Venezuela. Trinidad is very, very close to Venezuela, right? It's maybe 50 miles apart. Coastlines. Yes, it's very, very close, Ark. It's very close. The coastline I'm talking about. If you're from any tip of the western side to Venezuela, it ain't far. So, since last year, America been trying to force Trinidad to, turn their back on Venezuela. But Venezuela's government, since with Chavez, before Chavez died, he made, different deals throughout the region in South America and the Caribbean with oil and gas. Some of the deals was verbal, some of the deals was written deals. And Trinidad leader right now, who's a brother, he did not turn his back on Venezuela. And America was angry about it. So this year, the leader of opposition, and I know England's parliament is similar, England's government is similar to how the Caribbean is, where you have the people in charge and you have the opposition, right? So the opposition, the leader of the opposition, some woman named Kamala Prasad, which is an East Indian. You know this broad. And another member of her cabinet, which is another East Indian, wrote a letter to the American government saying that Trinidad is breaking the sanctions that America put on Venezuela and selling oil to Venezuela, trying to make it seem like not only are they buying you, but the Trinidad government is helping the Venezuela. So now there's a whole American interest and investigation going on in Trinidad where it's possible Trinidad could face sanctions from America based on it. But
real quickly, and that sanction, what the captain talking about, that is the buying and selling in Revelations, man. Everyone talking about a microchip and the 5G and everything. That sanction, that is the buying and selling what you read about in Revelation. When you're sanctioned, you can't buy and sell, you can't export, you can't exchange your goods.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. That's the mark of the beast, right? The embargoes. If you don't get down with the devil, you can't buy or sell. You got to take his mark. And now, okay, a lot of the allegations, they ain't no real hardcore proof for it. But this East Indian, she's a heathen. She see an opportunity for power. What she is doing, she is now trying to tell America they have a friend in Trinidad. Just like with Venezuela, their opposition is Guaido. Guaido is the one who America wants to be in charge. Maduro is the one who won, and Maduro is the one who America wants out. Now, Guaido's government came out and said how, yes, it's true what the Trinidad opposition is saying about Trinidad's government. So you can see it's a whole like a collusion, because now, just like America is trying to overthrow Maduro and put Guaido in, that East Indian in Trinidad, she sees an opportunity that America could help her overthrow this brother and she could take over the country. Even if it means sanctions on Trinidad, where Trinidad could go poor and black people could starve. You get me? Even if it means that, she don't give a damn. You understand? She's she willing to do it, and she willing to do whatever, whether it's true or false. And quite frankly, that's none of your goddamn business. You understand? Like, that's between America and Venezuela. That ain't got nothing to do with you. What is you running and telling for? You get what I'm saying? But again, the heathen, to us, they'll be ruthless. They don't give a damn.
That's right. Come on. Like what I said earlier, Like Boris Johnson will go to nine, you go to the whole like with black people, we got to be firm and strong, and you know what I mean. We got to deport them. We got to be firm in crime and knife crime. With white people, you know, they can go out for an extra job.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I showed you on Facebook that we saw when white people was literally stamping on top of a car, breaking it.
Yeah.
And no tasers are pulled. No, the police are pulled the taser and threatening the white man, threatening the oppressor man, and then put the taser back in his pocket. You know, when it comes to white people, they get a second chance. You know, they got the whole life ahead of them. They all make mistakes. When it comes to black people, they're firm. They do whatever it takes. We got to make a stance on this, man. We got to show them that we ain't playing, man. And that's how it is with us, man. We don't have no leeway. In Jamaican terms, we call it a blind. You know, we don't get no.
Yeah, you don't get no blind. Yeah,
you don't get no blind. You don't get no blind. That's how black people talk. You get it with blind. You get it with art.
In the UK term, Boris wouldn't allow you. Loud man, loud.
But it's okay, man. It's okay because we gonna allow Boris the kingdom, man. So, if I may say so, everyone's crying about Boris's dumb laws and you know all that stuff there. But I want to share with the public that there's laws in England. The laws of England are dumb, and the only laws in England that make sense is because it's stolen from the Bible, man. I'm going to show you that the laws in England that exist to this day that are dumb, and strange, and silly. You're saying, oh, Boris Johnson rules are dumb. Boris Johnson saying I must take the bus but keep 2 meters away. I can't jump on a bus and keep 2 meters away. That don't make sense.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
How are you doing that? Like, you would have to stop people from getting on the bus. You would have to.
Right.
If the bus could hold 30, you know, you only could carry 10.
Come on. So this is the article we're going to show you how basically the laws of England are silly, man. You know what I mean? In the article, it calls these laws bizarre, man. And that's exactly what they are. Let me screen share that with you real quick, so I don't know if you can see it. And this is 21 bizarre laws in the UK that still exist in the UK. And the first one is, it is an executable offense to allow your pet to mate with the pet of the royals without permission. So in the UK to this day, it is an executable offense. You can be put to death. You could die for this, man. If you're in the park, you're walking your dog, you're walking your Rottweiler, your pitbull, and you see what's his name? Meghan Markle. You see Meghan Markle's little poodle in the park too. When your dog runs over to hump her dog, you can be put to death, man. That's in their laws, man.
That's great.
Die, be put to death. You can dopey. It's in their laws. That's the laws of Britain, man. That's one of them. One of 21 bizarre laws of Britain, man. Like I said.
That is crazy. That's an insane thing.
And that's in the books. That's in the books to this day, man. So you go.
I hear yeah. Something wrong with you. Someone wrong with your audio. Still off. Maybe it's me. Nah, I ain't hearing you. Still off. I don't know. You just click something. It sound like you touched something and it went off. Yeah, I hear you now. What happened?
My fault. I hit my button slap, yeah. It was a true mistake slap, what I said. I don't know what happened there. But so it's a young man mistake slap, yeah.
Nah, man, you can't just like that.
The young man mistake slap, yeah. I don't know what happened there. But
Glad. Take him to council, troopers. Take him to council.
It's a young man mistake slap, yeah. So it's like the whole world saying the laws of England are silly, man. Boris Johnson's silly. Listen, the laws of England are silly, man. The only reason why the laws of England, some of them are good, is because it's stolen from the Bible. I'm going to get there too, man. We're going to get some more laws in what you call so-called Great Britain. And this is another one right here. So In Scotland, if someone knocks your door and requires to use the toilet, you must let them enter. Are you hearing that in 2020? So, let me get there real quick. So, in 2020, if someone knocks your door and says, listen, I want to use the toilet, man. In Scotland, you must let them use the toilet. Don't matter if they're a child molester, don't matter if they're a murderer, don't matter if they're a killer, man. And that's in the laws of England. That's in the laws. I ain't making this up, man. So Boris Johnson's crazy laws ain't nothing new. England's bound on crazy laws, man. Do you know who owns this country? The so-called oppressor, man. And who's more dumb? Who's more silly than the so-called oppressor? It's like a damn deep oppressor, sorry. Who pollutes the ozone layer? Who pollutes the own air that he has to breathe, man?
Yeah.
Who destroys the ozone layer when the ozone layer protects him from the sun? We don't burn from the sun. He does, man.
Right.
Yeah, this is his country. So it'll make sense that his laws are stupid. It's stupid, man. He pollutes the air when he got to breathe the air, man. He pollutes the water when he got to breathe that same water, man. So he's not crazy that it's not crazy that Boris Johnson got crazy laws. Listen, you got a crazy man in charge, man. You got a crazy man on your church wall, man. You bow down to a crazy God, man. That's what they do, man. Any man can say, if you're a man and you're having sex with another man and make it a law, make them get married, that's strange right there, man. Why is everyone scratching their head talking about, oh, I didn't understand that, man? Listen, the whole country is a country that you can't understand, man. Two men can't procreate, two men can't make children, man. So any man making it legal and making it marriage, come on, man. What do you expect from them?
Yep. You're absolutely right, because okay, even that law is ridiculous. You're gonna get robbed that. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna come in there and rape your woman or molest your kids. If the law says that I must let you in if I knock on the door and say I have to use the bathroom. So, and what you're saying is right in terms of they get their laws from us, because that's called hospitality. And we have to do that with each other. But for them to put it on the books like that, in terms of you could get charged with something in today's society when they're the most lawless, like they are the most lawless nation. You get the point? Like England, Ireland, the racism is insane. The hooliganism is insane. Now you telling me I have to let somebody in because they had to use the bathroom? No, they could use a tree. They could go out and you could find some ravine somewhere.
And the wickedest thing is this: you have car keys. If you got a car, you're insured in your car, and your car gets stolen, the first thing they was, well, give the keys to the ignition. Give the car keys on the way. Meaning, you're not insured if you basically had the car unlocked, or if you left the car keys on display. They're telling you that same, listen, it's irresponsible for you to leave the car keys in the ignition. It's irresponsible for you to leave the car keys on display. And for that, we're not going to insure you. For that, your insurance is invalid. So then how the hell am I going to let a man in my house, man, to use the bathroom?
So wait,
that responsible too.
So wait, hold on. So wait, they'll ask you if you leave the car unlocked?
That's right, sir. If you got insurance in your car and it's stolen, the first thing they'll ask is, well, where was the car keys? And if you say, well, I'll give it to a friend, or, well, I'll give you a bank card, if money is stolen from your account and you say, yeah, I gave the pin to a friend, then you can't claim anything, man. Your insurance is invalid because you're irresponsible with your possessions, man. I'm not going to chime in.
And this is why they ask you, your insurance, when your car goes missing, usually the one we see your keys. So usually at the beginning of the insurance, they ask you how much keys do you have for the car, just so you can't lie and say, oh, well, I lost one of the keys and blah, 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 blah. So they know that if when your car gets stolen, you can't show them the key. They know obviously you've left the key with the car, then they avoid the insurance. So that's how they do it.
What the I see why they don't allow guns over there.
Come on, man.
I see why they don't allow guns over there, because we would have to have that conversation with Mr. 9 and Mr. 45 on the table. Yeah. No, Mr. 9 said to Mr. 45, MC7 Magnum, now left to right, we'll open all of them on the table. They talk now about lost and keys and going missing. What the hell are you talking about? My car's stolen, nigga. Write the paperwork up. Shit.
Nah, they ain't gonna do it. If it's your fault, like if you was frivolous with your belongings or you didn't put it upright, like, no, you're not gonna do it. So my point is, when it comes to their money, they'll tell you, listen, you gotta be responsible, man. But then I must be responsible when it comes to my car. I can't leave my keys anywhere, but I just let a man just walk in my house. You know what I mean? I must let a man just walk in my house and use the toilet, man. A man just use the toilet. Ain't gonna happen in my house, man. Ain't gonna happen in my house. Gun laws are illegal, but you come into my house. Gun laws are legal in my house, man. Especially when it comes to one of my daughters, man. When someone puts someone in my family, gun laws are legal in this house. So I'm gonna get another one. It's another one. It says since 1939, it has been against the law to carry a plank along the pavement. And how much people do that today, man? Loads of people. You see, loads of builders, loads of construction men. They carry planks on the shoulder. Many people are breaking the law and don't even know it. The police that enforce the law don't even know it, man.
Carry
and that's the law right there, man. Full of strange laws. Plank of wood on your shoulder across what you call the sidewalk, you call the pavement.
Okay, but what do they say is not good to carry?
So you can't carry a plank on the pavement.
A plank, like a long plank of wood?
Kind of one kind.
So what the hell are you supposed to carry?
I think they want to go in the back. They want to go in the back of a lorry or something. They don't want you to carry that on your shoulders. That's in the face. And this law was made before lorries was invented. So before trucks was invented. So how they want you to carry that, I have no idea. These laws are available today, to this day. I'll get one more, then we'll move on. So, and one is this: it is illegal for a lady to eat chocolate on a public conveyance. So, if you're a woman and you want to eat some chocolate, you can't eat on the bus, man. You get a fine for that. And next one goes, it is.
Hold on. These is laws that are still on the books today?
On the books to this day, but because it's so old, the police don't know it, but it hasn't been changed. It is illegal for a woman to eat chocolate on public transportation. So you're a woman, you can't eat chocolate on the bus.
This is in UK or Scotland?
Metro. The UK is both. The UK is.
Go ahead.
England and Scotland together. England, Scotland is Britain. If England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, that's the UK. That's Great Britain. No. Slovakia. Let's start again. Yeah, England and Scotland together, they're Britain. Then England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, that is the UK. And these are laws in the UK. In Scotland and England, it's against the law for women to eat chocolate, man. If you're a woman, you can't eat no Hershey's, man. You can't eat no Cadbury's on no public transportation, man. You should receive a fine. And that's the laws in this country that still exist to this day. They haven't been changed. They haven't been modified. And they shouldn't have been made in the first place. The crazy laws, man. What's a woman eating chocolate got to do with anybody? And that's the laws of this
okay.
man.
Listen, I couldn't believe it. I just looked it up. Okay, they did say it was recently removed. Recently. But it was listen, it was there at one time. I couldn't believe. I just pulled this shit up on my phone. And they say it was there, and they say okay. They say it only applied to women. And there's no clear reason for why it was illegal.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let me tell you something. That I wouldn't doubt that have to do with something with some devil who can't control his woman, and he decides to make all women suffer. Like some devil who can't control his rib, and he just so effeminate, he make a law to oppress women everywhere.
Damn. So like, I thought we was hard. You said the I.S.U.P.K is hard on women. We allow women to eat chocolate, man. Oh my God. We're hard on women. If you're in the I.S.U.P.K, you are free to eat chocolate, man.
As much as you need. As much as you like.
I am chocolate. Get the hit, man.
I was listening. I was trying.
Oh shit.
No comment. No comment. That's it. I just said, low him. Low him. This devil is a dummy, yak. He is a dummy.
I'll get one more, sir, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Move on. that was crazy, man. This is another one. So again, so it goes. This one's called martial territory. It is legal for a man to urinate in public as long as it is on the rear wheel of his motor, with his and his right hand is on his vehicle. So it's against the law for a man to piss in public. It's against the law if you're in the public and you piss on a tree, you will get a fine. But if you piss on the rear wheels, not the front wheels, the rear wheels of a motor with your right hand on the car, not your left hand, that's fine.
You had to use hold on. So you had to use your left hand to hold your rod. You had to hold on to the car.
What? Your right hand and the back wheels, just the back wheels, because God forbid you do the front wheels. That's disgusting. That's illegal. That's indecent exposure. That's public indecency. But if you piss on the back wheels, that's cool. That's lawful, man. That makes all the sense in the world, man. Suck it down, but we could get me Deuteronomy 4 and 5. That's crazy, man. Let me do one more.
If that's the case, right? Why do I need to go use somebody's bathroom? Why can't I just piss on somebody's back tire? Why do I need to go and knock on the door somewhere to go? I mean, the whole thing is mess up. It's just, you know, now you see why America had to be formed. That, yeah, I mean, they get tired of these ridiculous laws and all this taxation.
If I may, America just as bad. All my life, you can imagine I'm watching Hollywood movies and where. What is with this brown bottle? Brown bottle, we live in it, man. I've never. Why? Like, if I'm drinking alcohol. Why? Because I got brown bag on it. Is it okay? I've never understood that shit,
you can't drink alcohol in public, right? Because it encourages public intoxication and all that type of shit. They're trying to keep that down. But if it's in a bag, you don't know what's in the bag. You get the point? Like, you don't.
So like I said, if I got a gun, but it's in a bag, does that mean I got a gun because you don't know what's in the bag? I don't understand that shit.
It's like they ain't gonna open your bag. Like, how are they going in your bag? Like, why do they have to go in your bag?
Oh, it makes sense to an extent.
No, I see what you're saying. For our culture, it don't make sense. It happened to me, It happened to me. I was probably 2 or 3 years out of Trinidad and DC, and this is when I would still go to anything in DC. I'm out there in the weekend, right? And I think it was the weekend of DC Carnival, so it was sometime in the summertime. I think it was DC Carnival. And there's a place called Adams Morgan. It's like a strip. It's on a hill. It's 18th Street. But them like maybe 3 blocks long is only bars and clubs everywhere, right? So there was this spot called Tamiri. It's a Jamaican club, right? Or Jamaican themed club. So we down there in Tamiri, and we getting ready to roll to go to another spot. So I don't want to leave the Guinness. So I'm walking out with the bottle, right? I'm coming out last, everybody in front of me. So I come out, I stand up in front of me and I'm drinking. And I'm hearing this thing saying, "Hey, you!" But I don't know the voice. So I'm ignoring the shit. I'm literally ignoring the shit. I'm just drinking. Say, "Yo, you don't hear me, brother?" And I'm looking around. I wish this thing was on tape. I'm like, well, who the fuck is the yelling? And then I see brothers who I was with, they start walking up to me, but the look on their face was panicky. And I'm like, what's up? And then I turn around and there's this cop maybe reaching me about here, a little short white brother. Now, I couldn't see her because she was standing right behind me, but she yelling. And then I turned around and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" She say, "Empty that out now." I was like, "For what? I just bought this. I'm not emptying it out." So the brothers is trying to come to me to calm me down, right? And I'm like, "No, I'm not emptying." And I continue drinking in front of her face. Brother, she reached for her hip with the baton. And she said, "Empty it out right now." I was like, "For what? I ain't doing nothing." And then like she hear my accent and she say, "Well, where you from?" And I say, "Well, I'm from Trinidad." But I ain't get to tell her I'm living up here now. I ain't get that far. She just cut me off right there. She say, "Well, I'll excuse you." She said, but it's illegal to drink on the street of DC, open like that. I said, well, I didn't know it. Where I'm from, we could do this thing right here. I just finished drinking. Gosh, but brother, after we walking off, they said she was getting ready to jump on me, and because I was already bigger, it would have looked like I'm beating a cop, and the rest of the cops would have running. That's why they came running back, because they're seeing how she came up, and when they start yelling at you like that, that's what they're doing. So, like, I fully understand it. The shit don't make sense. I'm like, it's not bothering nobody, but that's their way of, I guess, keeping law and order or some kind of shit like that. It don't stop nobody from drinking though.
Oh God! I never understood it. I thought a brown bag was still alcohol. I was thinking a brown bag was still.
I don't think it's only a brown bag. I think you could put it's a black bag too. I think brown bag is probably some kind of. I could look it up or ask the brothers, but I don't think it has to be a brown bag. I think it could be a black bag because sometimes you buy alcohol, they put it in a black plastic bag for you. You know what I mean?
So like I said, that's why you come to the UK, man. UK, you can drink. Say the black man's free in the UK, they're joking. But
yeah, that's free in the UK, but I can't eat chocolate on the bus. Yeah, I mean, if I had to take a piss, I can't. I'd hold the car and angle my body. And what the hell is that?
In the real world, right? It's like a read it just 4 and 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me.
And this is real laws in the Bible. This is Moses speaking. Moses said how I've taught you laws and statutes, real laws, proper laws, man. No stupid laws like what Boris Johnson says or what the UK government says about pissing on the back wheels of cars and so forth. Moses told us real laws, man. These laws. But the English government copied, man. Thou shalt not murder in the Bible. Love your brother and love yourself in the Bible. Keep it in.
That ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
And this is our wisdom. Meaning this is what makes us wise, man. Them laws that we just read, they ain't wise, man. Eating chocolate. What has that to do with anybody? So why can she eat a sandwich under the bus but not chocolate? What is it about chocolate, man? That's not wise, man. All those are wise. Their laws not wise, man. Simply keep it in.
And the understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes,
and all the nations will hear our laws, hear our statutes,
and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Keep it in.
For what nation is there so great, who have God so nigh unto them?
And they say, what nation so great unto them? They got these wise statutes and commandments, man. The British government don't have no wise commandments, man. They ain't got no wise commandments. That's why you saw Boris Johnson making up laws that didn't make no sense. Relaxing the quarantine laws. So I'm gonna relax the quarantine laws when the death toll through the roof, man. England is number 2 in the death toll. America's number 1. England's number 2. I think it's only a small island of 90 million people, man.
Yeah, that is amazing. It's crazy to me that a place that small could have such that impact it have. Like that was blowing my mind as to why England was so out of control. And as I say, it's because the leadership is horrible. You know what I mean? The leadership is just horrible. So, you know what I mean? Let's take a look. Yeah, some more?
Yes, finish off me.
Keep therefore and do them. This is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
And that's what they're going to say to us, man. This nation, blacks, spice, niggas are wise and understanding people, man. I can't say the same for Boris, man. Boris wants you to get on a bus, but they keep the meters apart. Boris ups the congestion charge and says, don't take the bus. You're going to be forced to take the bus because you can't pay that congestion charge, man. You can't afford to be on the road. You can't afford to drive a car, man. That's a dumb nation. Boris don't want you to eat chocolate on the bus if you're a woman. Boris don't want you to piss on the streets, man, put your back tires, man. Without wise understanding.
And beyond that, like, okay, those laws is that's it comes from that archaic period of when with British colonial days and the what's called them people, the crown, the family crown, that whole medieval time, that them old archaic days where it was just really for oppression, man. The laws had nothing to do with goddamn righteousness. Like they like, okay, we ain't talking about a law. Like, we talking about all them things that's still on the books. Like, you have a dog and that dog end up mating with the royal dog, you could be put to death because now you impregnate the royal dog with some stray seed. But they ain't left on the books sodomy, which was a law in England. You understand? They removed sodomy so they could push the homosexual agenda. You know what I mean? Even up to, I think, last year or the year before, in the Caribbean, sodomy was still on the books as being against the law. You could go to jail for being a homosexual for committing sodomy. And them sodomites protested, and they started the whole process of removing sodomy from, the laws of the land so that homosexuals could have rights. But so now they would take away those laws that protects righteousness according to the Most High. But them stupid little laws about, you can't do this in public, you can't walk with a plant. They have some other laws for where you can't do something to them gods, you can't clown them, or you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you can't. What they call it again? Bushwhack. What they call it again? Beef eaters. They call it beef eaters. I don't know why, but they call beef eaters. You can't mock them.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on, let me see.
Crimes to mock them and so forth. You gotta leave them alone.
There's some more. I mean, there's some really, really ridiculous laws, as you say, for England. You know what I mean? Hold on. The Queen, she could drive without a driver's license. That's a law.
For real? There's me failing my shit 3 times. She can get it like.
She can drive without a driver's license.
Damn.
According to the Metropolitan Police Act of 1854, no beating or shaking of carpets, mats, or rugs outside. You would go out on your back porch, or that patio in the back or something, and beat out your mats. That's unlawful.
Beat her up.
Yeah, I mean, don't ask a stranger for that's unlawful.
Beat her up.
To beat her up. That's unlawful.
How else do you get this shit clean?
Yeah, well, okay, that's what I'm saying. If you want it clean, you have to take it to the rug man. And the rug man, more than likely, is the son or the cousin or the nephew or somebody in power. And he get money from all the business. You get the point? Like, everything is to oppress you. You understand what I'm saying? Just like how you were talking about.
Because remember, said.
Go ahead.
Because this is before the vacuum.
Exactly. So they're trying to oppress you.
Before the vacuum, so how else is it to clean it up?
Yeah, they beat it. And just like with the plank, when you're walking the plank, you ain't got no, you know what I mean? You ain't got no pickup truck. You had to, get a donkey and a cart. You know what I mean? But you mightn't be able to afford that. So you strong though, so you would carry the planks. They said, nah, you can't do that. So now you gotta go pay somebody. You understand? It's oppression. It's oppression. There's another one. Yet another thing you are not allowed to do in London is fly a kite if there's any chance it could cause annoyance. I'm gonna read that one more time. Another thing you are not allowed to do in London is fly a kite if there is any chance it could cause annoyance. If your kite is found to bother the city's inhabitants or transportation passengers, it could cost you a fine of £500 or about 635 US. So meaning, if somebody, you could fly the kite, but if somebody don't like it, they could call the cops.
Simple as that. A man said, I don't like the kite, and that's you. That's £500 out of your pocket.
Listen,
that's bad, man.
Listen, that's crazy. That's like what they used to do with you all when you just started camp out there. Somebody complained, somebody's offended. And it's like, who is offended? Like let them come. It's like, well, the law is once people offended, we have to do something about it. And that's bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Like, what about me being offended?
So what if your t-shirt offends me? Or what if the way you're walking offends me? Like this shit goes on and on and on, man. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. So give me Leviticus real quick. Right too. I'm gonna show you that they stole from the Bible, man. You know what I mean? A real law, not one of them these stupid laws that you know in the books. The real laws that people are using today, man. The social distancing law is in the Bible. You're looking up to Boris Johnson like he's somebody and wow, someone big and he's so smart and Matt Hancock's so smart. Listen, social distancing is in the Bible, man. Self-isolation is in the Bible, and that's where they got it from. They're laws are stupid. The only good laws they got are the ones from the Bible, man. When you read about social distancing, keep 2 meters apart, they got that from God, man. They got that from the Israelites, they got that from the Bible, man. And it's in there, man. In Leviticus 30 and 2.
Leviticus chapter 30 and verse 2. When the man shall have in the skin of his flesh arising a scab or bright spot.
And the Bible says a man got in his skin, you know, something contagious, man. In this case, it will be what? In this case, a man will have something in the skin, a man will have a cough, a man will have a cold, a man will have a fever, a man will have corona-like symptoms.
A bright spot, and it being the skin of his flesh, like the plague of leprosy.
In this case, talking about leprosy, but if a man had the coronavirus, like what England saying, England said that a man must keep what? If you have the coronavirus, 7 days. Or if you be in contact with someone who had the coronavirus, stay away for 2 weeks, man. And you think, oh, this man's so wise. That makes so much sense. Listen, this was in the Bible, man, long before this man came on the scene, man. This was in the Bible. When this man was saying that a woman can't eat chocolate on a bus, this is what we were practicing right here, man.
Then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priests, and the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy, and the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean.
And the priest shall look upon him and pronounce him unclean, like the doctor was upon you and say, yeah. You give him a test and say, yeah, man, you got the coronavirus, man. You put that stick far up your nose and the test come out positive.
Right.
In this case, with leprosy, and Aaron will say, yeah, you got leprosy, man. In this case, you go to the NHS, you go to the GP, you give it a test, you know, swab it back in your throat and say, yeah, you got coronavirus, keep it in.
If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut up him that have the plague 7 days.
And the priest shall shut him up 7 days. That is quarantine in the Bible, man.
That's right.
Like, wow, you know, the person is so wise in this in the Bible, man. And how much days we shut him up for? 7 days, man. 7 days, that's in the Bible, man. If a man got coronavirus or cough or fever, flu-like symptoms, they can stay at home for 7 days until you feel better. And guess what? They got it from the Bible, man. Aaron was doing that way before this. When this man was saying it was illegal to eat chocolate on the bus, when this man was killing people because their dog ran off in the park and had sex with Meghan Markle's dog, man. This is what we were doing, man. Social distancing is in the Bible, man. You know, we got the real laws. We got real smart, intelligent laws that make sense, man. They can't walk a plank on the street. You know what I mean? They can't. They can piss on the street. They can't piss on the street. It's illegal unless they piss on the back tires, and that's fine. That's their laws, man.
That's crazy, and that's a show. The Lord is way wiser than them. And I mean, if Boris and them was wise leaders and would follow the righteousness of the Lord, surely, like this thing, it wouldn't have spread that fast. You get it? Right. The laws of quarantine, even our marriage laws in spirit is a quarantine. Get the point? Right. Even our marriage laws in spirit is a quarantine where we're not going to go and join ourselves to these heathens. And these heathens not going to join themselves to us. You understand? Like you can't make right with them. And each of these heathens, really, when you go into their culture, they have their own practices or their own laws that's very similar in terms of with the marriage, where they stick to each other. If you notice, Chinese stick to each other. It's only so you might find you'll have a few that intermarry. The East Indians for sure stick to each other. Them Ethiopians famous for sticking to each other. Them Hamites, they'll venture out if the price is right. But they all have that culture and custom. And listen, imagine that was in effect today, brother. That virus would have stayed in Wuhan. If all those cultures and laws of the Lord was in effect today with the interracial marriage and the mixing, You know what I mean? The quarantine, the period of uncleanness, of what to do with certain things. If this happened, you had to burn it. If that happened, you had to destroy it. You know, that spread worldwide. Like imagine from one country, it spread everywhere throughout the earth. And them Chinese now turning around and saying it's the Africans who brought it in the country.
I see that
They're
shit.
turning around and saying that shit. You know what I mean?
And it goes to show that, like, the same black people today who are clean, man, got loads of cleanliness. We had the same laws in the Bible. Like in the Bible, if pork touched a man's plate, a man don't have to break that plate, man. That's how clean you were, man. You couldn't wash that to break it. It shows how the Lord wanted us to be so clean. And guess what? Being clean wasn't even our culture, it was our law. It was something you must do, man. We couldn't even go near a dead body today. Being near a dead body is wow, it's science, dead bodies that are fumes and toxins. We had a law on that, man. When these man was, telling a woman to cut chocolate on the bus, we've been doing this, man. And to this day, in 2020, we're still clean. You know what I mean? Like you said.
And cleaner than all of them. Cleaner than them all. You know what I mean? Way cleaner than them.
They turn around and say, "Oh, like have you seen them? Start saying, seen them I.S.U.P.K brothers, the Mexicans, in them gangster documentaries, and living in favelas and them things there. And them brothers got white. I mean, the socks on them are white, man. The white tees, but it would damn near blind you, man.
Right.
They say we're savages. Meanwhile, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, can't even press his suit, man. Can't even comb his hair right, man. Looks like a scruff on the camera. These brothers say they're savages. It's not, man.
Drug addict. Look like a drug addict, like a full crackhead.
Yeah. The West Coast brothers, the gangsters. Like the khaki suit, nice. Them brothers are quote unquote what they call savages, man. Yet them brothers are cleaner than the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, man. Them brothers look more better than the President of the United States, man. The Prime Minister don't have a seam in his khaki suit, man. His suit ain't even pressed, man. These brothers are freshly graded, khaki's nice, starched, man. And we're supposed to be the savages. We're supposed to be the gangsters. Come on, man. We are cleaning them without a shadow of a doubt, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's take a little break. Let's take a little break. We'll come back to it wherever you have after. We'll cue it up, all right?
I'm
gonna go ahead and play Karak. I'm gonna play something from Karak. Karak have a bad album, man. Y'all check him on Karak Ice, QARACH Ice on YouTube. You have another channel called Ice Twice. Y'all check him out, all right? The brother's bad as shit.
Taking it back, listening to old school rap too. 222 and 5 with the live, come a long way from the show and the job to the contrast that make up the proving it. Messiah's coming back. It's not like I saw me. How they make a whole open up the word and read up the Torah. Pray for wisdom to show you. Low and low to get you back. Back to captivity. Back to the east, that is at least from here. In the western hemisphere, the power of strong tower and it's up to be revealed. So be a good trip. He's near the world conqueror. Coming to redeem when the truth is unpopular. A blessing is your cause. The effect is double up. Welcome in the Nazarene. Corporate to the symphony. And I'm front playing rubber. Say it after the way in. The son of man is blazing. It comes fast. Say it ain't so. I'm my shell coming black head. With the double S, without words of peace, but just the life and the judgment seat. They coming fast. Say it ain't so. The Messiah coming black head, Ryan Stone. With the double S, without words of peace, just the law, the life and the judgment seat. Information overload, even though I want it slow. I'ma take it to the streets, meet me on the road. First, second, Maccabees, put it in their faculties at the hands of the priests. Many evil tragedies, we living with realities, brought in by the fact that our ancestors casually set aside as legalities. Leviticus 26 is ignorance, but you thirst for the only chosen remedy. This is feminine, we call it forget it. Last to be standing is the right one, separate from the law. Lands on the they left to keep us suited and moving to prove the Messiah. Chapter 2, verse 6. I Tell me something you might. See for the seed of it's a party, you also know. You shield and see the break my board. It's not close. It coming fast. Say it ain't so. I'm my shell coming black, head quiet, snow. With the double-edged sword, not birds of peace. Just the love, the life, and the see. Revelation chapter 1, verse 12 to 17. Means revelation 2 and 9 is truth in the latter time. With that in mind, it's time to rebuild the temple. No more of the simple gets deeper than temples. We effect of the ripple cost the time. Wedge tsunami, dietary law turns away. God on salami when we usher our body to the highest bidder. One must actually think my people even consider. You can't deliver the seed of the people who cross the river John. And when we leave our desire investment, we follow. Just like Paul as he dealing with the saints, it's not a mystery. We live in it. Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots. Heartless, calling evil good in the light of darkness. Regardless, we can't keep the feast of dedication. The abomination of desolation was in our nation. Maccabees replaced the morning with celebration. The oil of the night, lesson for several days. It's the same as the rip with every man hanging. The test came in the Amalekite hanging from the gallows. Mordecai on the saddle. From the battle, the holy day was hallowed. Your religion is shallow when you deny the shadow. The law and the testimonies for Yasha, Allah, only the covenants and the judgments on nation, not the science. Zephaniah 2 verse 1 is not retired. What Yahweh requires is obedience. See, 38 can't happen without reading it. Thus requiring immediate action with no suggestion, no petition for the remission of sin. Transgression of the law, Yahweh. Remember the name. Noah's eyes on the fire and flame. From the fruit of the vine, it coming fast. Say it ain't so. My shell coming black, head dry and snow. With the double-edged sword, not words of peace. Just the law, the life, and the justice. It coming fast. Say it ain't so. The Messiah coming black, head dry and snow. With the double-edged sword, not words of peace. Just the law, and the justice. Say it ain't so. My shell coming black, head dry and snow. The double-edged.
Any questions about the nerve? Open the 927 Open the 927
with the double-edged sword, not words of peace, just the law, the life, and the justice. It coming fast, say it ain't so. My shell coming black, head dry and snow. With the double-edged sword, not words of peace, just the law, the life, and the justice.
All right. What we looking like? What we looking like? Yes.
Good, sir. Good. So make sure you call 079-607-46784. 079-607-46784. Any questions, call the show, man. Get your questions asked. Also support to Heart, Mind, and Body. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, man. And make sure you come down to the school Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 to 9, 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW. 394 Lodge Road, B18, 5PW, man. How can I forget, man? I pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes. Anything. How can I forget, man? Pay your tithes, man.
Pay your tithes.
Right now, it's quarantine, so you ain't buying no clothes. You ain't going nowhere, man.
Listen, I don't care if it was not quarantine and you didn't have, and you was buying clothes every day. 10% of everything you get. All right, 10% of everything you get. Also, too, don't forget every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that's what 2 a.m. GMT time on Tuesday morning. 2 a.m. GMT time, like Monday night, Tuesday morning for you all in UK. Commander GEN.YAHANNA going to be live on Black Watch, live on the Black Watch channel. You know what I mean? Go to Black Watch, subscribe, hit just search up I.S.U.P.K Black Watch on YouTube. All right, and just get the channel. Hold on, Cross. Let me see if I can pull up the channel so everybody can see it. All right, I'm going to show it again, all right, Cross? Yeah?
All
right, this is the Black Watch channel. All right, this is the Black Watch channel. All right, where you all at? Right, you go to Black Watch, this subscribe button over here. make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that subscribe button. There's gonna be a little bell that comes up. Hit the bell, get that notification first, because that's you know, that's how you're gonna get it. All right. And from that channel, you know, there's a lot of videos, all the uploads here and all the past live streams, all the you know, all the live streams he did. And of course, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, he's dropping weekly tapes on the coronavirus. You know what I mean? Weekly tapes on that coronavirus, weekly updates. This last one here, these last two, I would say, the one with the, you know, China moving to blame the COVID-19 on Africa, and the Ahmaud Arbery shooting, where the general went to. These two tapes, I recommend them highly. Everybody go check them out. Check them out now. The general brought out the history on Georgia, on other cities in Georgia, where they were so racist that they didn't have black people in those cities for 75 years. 75 years, there was no black people there. And he's showing you how the racism is entrenched in them. You understand? Hold on. While we on it, hold on. Let me see. Carter, give me a few minutes. Let me see if I could get maybe one or two of them to play, just to show exactly where each one is. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Hold on. Let me see what we're looking like here. Depends on if it won't play. I don't know if I could get it to play now though. All right, this one is the where China is blaming, you know, China is blaming the Africans now.
Fan, Commander GEN.YAHANNA here, coming at you one more time with this part two. The reason I had to get this part two in was because, I mean, I had to preface with that first part was because, like I was bringing out, we like.
Oh boy, my internet is jamming up. But you'll get it in this
fast.
All right. In this video is where he went in and showed how, you know, China is blaming the Hamites and saying that they are the ones who bringing in the coronavirus. Like, they're switching it around now because the world done turn its back on China. Like, everybody is, you know, so cautious about Chinese people now. China don't want to be discriminated no more. So they're saying it's the Hamites bringing it in, which is, of course, is a lie. But the general went in this video to show how the Chinese was, you know, going into those countries and setting up businesses, just like how they did in the Caribbean, where they set up businesses, laundromats, groceries, and stuff like that. And they do the same thing in Africa, in South Africa, in different parts of Kenya, Nairobi, Nigeria. And they set up businesses, small mom and pop businesses. And then the government came in and buyed out those businesses. So now it's actual Chinese government businesses in China. And now they're turning their back on them and kicking them out of China. So it's like it's a business deal. You get the point? It's like it's a business deal. Let me get you the other one. Hold on. The other one, where we at? 1 second. Right, the other one, there's another good one here. This is the Ahmaud Arbery shooting. All right, I know most people done seen this one. May have seen it. Them two devils, there's three of them actually. The one who filming was actually with the other two devils. I don't know if you all heard the story. The one who was filming, they told him to follow the guy and make sure he don't go anywhere. And they sped up ahead of him. And then he ran up and catch them. And they killed this brother. Now the general went and pulled a tape from 30 years ago with Oprah Winfrey, interviewing some people in a place called Forsyth, Georgia. And look, this is part of the tape that he pulled, right?
Yes, ma'am. They came. My name's Frank Shirley. I'm the head of the committee to keep Forsyth and Dawson County white.
Like he's in charge of a certain committee that keeps Forsyth and Dawson County white. You understand? Like, and you hear how they cheer for him. I don't know if you heard how they cheered for him. Yeah, I mean, like that's what they want. They want to keep it white because those places in Georgia was continuous, white, been white for 75 years. You get the point? This is another part here.
County, obviously, who are afraid of Black people. What is it you are afraid Black people are going to do? I mean, that's what I'd like to know.
I'm afraid of them coming to Forsyth County. I lived in Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta.
Listen, this particular part here is 30 years ago. This is 30 years ago. You get the point?
Oh, God.
30 years ago, 1987. And listen to what this devil had to say.
And in 1963, the first blacks were bused at West Fulton High School. And I go down there now, and I see my neighborhood and my community, which was a nice community, a nice neighborhood, and now it's nothing but a rat-infested slum area because they don't care. They don't care.
Right? He said now, because Black people move in there, it's now a rat-infested slum area. This is not talking about the slum lords. First to begin, that's a blanket statement lie. They like to act where everywhere we are is rat-infested and slum area. That's why they call landlords slum lords, because landlords take all our rent money and don't fix shit. They're notorious for that, right or wrong?
That's right.
They don't.
They ain't fixing that shit at all. They'll patch you up, and you can't get hold of them. So after you rent, you can't get hold of your landlord.
Exactly, and it don't matter what country you're in or what place you are. Once a landlord rents into somebody, Black or Hispanic, they take all the money and don't keep the place up, and you just have to live there. It's not because that's how you are. It's because these devils, these oppressors, they keep us living in a certain condition. Let's get some more.
Thank you.
What's up? Do you mean they, us, the entire Black race? The entire Black race?
And you have niggers.
What's the difference?
He said you got blacks and you got niggers. Meaning the blacks supposedly care, niggers don't. And once again, that's them dividing us. How you gonna let them divide us? And that's exactly what they've done. They've taken you in church that are Christians and divided you from the brothers and sisters in the hood.
And listen, that sentiment, what the general say there, that's so heavy. Where, that's really white people talk. You have blacks and you have niggers. You have you have thugs and you have the regular kind. Just like the brother last week, where he was differentiating the drill music and the gospel music and saying, drill is the road man and this, that is aggressive, it's too aggressive, it's this, that, the other. But that's what I was trying to explain to him. Once you fall into that discussion about our music, our culture being destructive, you're not talking about the music anymore. You're really talking about the people. You understand? And it comes down to now, either he's a house nigga or he's a field nigga. Is he his master good nigga or is he nigga that we can lynch? Is we gonna have? And that's what the general is saying. That's really white talk, because really there's no difference between us. There's no difference between us at all. The roadman and the young roadman on the street, they're looking at us like thugs. When Raheem Sterling, who rejected Jamaica to go play for England, who done saved England plenty times, saved every club he went to. He used to play for Liverpool, that old racist club up there in the north. Went to Manchester City, scored a ton of goals for them. He put a tattoo of a gun on his foot. And all of a sudden, he's a gangster, he's this, he's that, he's the other. But you have a whole football team named Arsenal where their symbol is a gun.
Oh, God.
That was not a problem. So then the issue is not at all the gun, but it's who. Go ahead.
Not only is Arsenal symbol the gun, their nickname is called the Gunners. You know what I mean? Every pub in England is named after guns, man. They're called Scots Arms, Cross Guns, Guns and Roses. So England ain't got a problem with guns, man. They ain't got a problem with guns. They got a problem with black people, man.
It's just a problem with black people, and that was the point of that whole episode last week, to go into that. When you get into this discussion about villainizing our music, you're really attacking black people, particularly black men. You understand? And that's what he's doing here. He's trying to villainize black people to say there's niggers, and then there's black people. And that's why Oprah is like, well, when you say that, who do you mean? You mean us? She really mean like, do you consider me a nigger? Is that what you're saying? I'm gonna pull it back. When she say, who do you mean? She say, who you mean? You mean us, everybody? Hold on.
Have niggers. It was a nice community, a nice neighborhood, and now it's nothing but a rat-infested slum area because they don't care. They don't care. Thank you.
No, what? Shut up. What's that? You know. Do you mean they, the entire?
She said they, us. How in the fuck is there they? You understand what I'm saying?
She's saying that she's different from myself, man. I'm not like myself. She called me they, and she's us. She went to uni, she went to college. She got money.
Exactly. That's what she said. She said when you say they, she said, do you mean they, us, all of us? Yes, bitch, everybody. Goddamn, we all black. But it's when you start that conversation, this is a white man's conversation. A white man's conversation. Go ahead.
Like, look how bold this oppression is, man. This is a lesson for, I've been in the truth for a bit, man, for a short time. And all I've ever heard of brothers is, people that didn't come into the truth moan about, I can't come into the truth because I can't say that. My job might hear me say this, and I can't be associated with you guys. And here is the devil outright saying, I don't like niggas, straight up, even call us niggas, man. And he's saying, he don't care about no repercussions or consequences.
No.
And the brothers are scared to say the truth, scared to say the facts. Come on, man.
He don't care about it. He's what you call unapologetic about it. He's not sorry for what he's saying, but we apologetic about it. That's why she's like, when you say niggas, you mean who? Us, they, them? Because she's getting ready to cop a plea. She's getting ready to apologize for it. She's getting ready to appease her slave master. And that's what the general's about to bring out. Let me let you play some more.
Entire black race. The entire black race.
And you have niggers.
Yeah, and listen, Salaki, she said the entire black race? You mean the entire race? You mean all of us as niggas? Like, because she done work so hard to not be a nigga. Let me tell you something, black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native Indian man, Native Indian woman. If you're listening, if you hear this tomorrow, the next day, a week from now, a month, a year, 10 years from now, I don't give a damn. Strive to be a nigga. Every goddamn day. Live like a nigga, breathe like a nigga, talk like a nigga, because everybody else hates being a nigga. They hate it much.
If I may, a lot of times in slavery, people always say to me, you're okay, you are. Meaning like, you're not like the rest of you, bro, but you're different.
Right.
I'm offended. I'm a nigga like everybody else, man. Niggas are lions. How dare you say the niggas, they're aggressive, but you're not one of them. You're saying I'm not aggressive, man. You're saying I'm not a lion. I don't like that, man. I'm a nigga like the rest of them. You better clutch your purse when you walk past me. You better be scared when you walk past me. If you don't like niggas, you don't like me. If you hate the brother on the street corner, you don't like me. If I'm no different, I'm the same. I come from the same room, same family. I'm a nigga.
If I could, they like to make it seem like, okay, the reason they say that and they do that is because black people is criminals, when that have nothing to do with it. You get the point? Like how they say, like they will allude to it being because black people rob and steal and sell drugs, when that have nothing to do with it. It's just because you're black. But now to make you, not you personally, but to make us accept it as well, there are some bad black people. They like to highlight the crime that goes on amongst us. But now, if they say to you, okay, well, you all right, you are, you are right. He said you could always hit them back. He said you are too. Usually you all shoot up the school.
That's right.
You are too. You usually, you don't bury your grandfather in the trunk of your car and killing every. You get the point. Like if we highlight the shit they do, Now they ain't so squeaky clean, but they like to always highlight the stuff we do as if that's our entire nation. When we under captivity, and some of us do lose our minds and do things, but they put that on the whole nation and try to separate us because of it. And we should never be separated in that light. You get the point?
Yeah.
I am a nigga. If it wasn't for the truth, I'd be going upside your head too and taking your purse. If it wasn't for the truth, if it wasn't for this truth, we'd be taking all your women, because you know them heathen women. They ain't standing with them heathen men no damn way. If it wasn't for the truth, we all would have been up in your society doing whatever pleases us, taking your woman from you, living life to the fullest and destroying you in your spirit. But only because of the truth, we obey the laws of God, and we leave you and your society alone. And now you want to turn it around like we somehow better than our brothers who not in here or who not so fortunate. No, we all the same, just like you all the same. You get the point? We all the same. And if it is there's a difference between good niggas and bad niggas, then some of you devils are racist and some of you all are some good ass crackers. Excuse my language.
Yeah. I'm gonna use one saying, next time they say, you're cool, and say, you know what, you're cool too, man. I thought he was a football hooligan, man. You know, he goes to show you.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
That's what you had to do. That's what you had to do, because really, they're making you say that to test your manhood as a jab. It's like in boxing, they throw a jab at you to see if you're going to take the compliment and be like, well, okay, thank you. Which is really bitching you up, because now they're saying you're not aggressive like the rest of them. So you have to say something back. You have to say something back. You have to say, I thought you was one of them, crazy, typical English hooligans. That's why, listen, I used to go on them videos in this post and just type that. Typical English hooligans, and English white people would get mad. They would get mad. Who you talking to? What are you talking about? That's racist. I'm like, that ain't racist. Is it racist when the English Federation sees your passport? Is that racist?
God.
How many black passports have they seized? None. Because the typical English hooligan is a adult white male. You understand? That's the typical English hooligan. Let me get some more in general. You was going to say something now?
No,
you got blacks and you got niggers, meaning the blacks supposedly care, niggers don't. And once again, that's them dividing up. How you gonna let them divide? And that's exactly what they've done. They've taken you in church that are Christians and divided you from the brothers and sisters in the hood. The part he ain't telling you is that the black people in Atlanta was starving to death.
Right.
Okay. That all of the businesses that were in there left up out of there, put them out of business, got rid of their jobs, destroyed the damn city, man. Once their people left. This is a constant theme that's been going on for us, and it's been constantly blamed on us. And the fact that Oprah Winfrey even tried to entertain the idea that there's a difference between the two is shameful, okay? Because that's what they want you to think. They want you to think you're not the nigga.
Right.
You are just a regular black person, so you're fine, okay? You're not a nigga. When in fact, we're all God's chosen people, man. Every last one of us. And one and a half of us are not going anywhere without the other half, man. Okay, let's get on.
What's the difference between a black person and a nigger to you?
I've talked to black people.
Listen, even the way she said it, he's like, what's the difference between a black person and a nigger? The R. Like we say nigga, we say niggas. She's like, but a black person and a nigger to you. Like even she is like, go ahead.
If I make my whole life, from a grandparent, my whole life was to strive not to be a nigger. I was taught and trained my whole life. Don't wear your hair like this. Don't dress like this. Don't use that word. That was a nigger word, man. You probably my whole life. All of us, our whole life was taught, be a black man, quote unquote. Don't be a nigger. Don't speak like that around white people. Don't use that language. Just the other day, I'm talking, and I must have used some word, and the security guard, the black man, goes, "Yo, the man can't say that around these man. Them words are just too. The word he used was bagger, meaning just too raw. Meaning around doctors, you gotta speak nice. I'm like, no, I can't speak, man. And my whole life is strive to not become a nigga. My parents told me how, my parents are first generation British.
Right.
So their parents, Caribbean, and they told me that their parents were will beat them if they ever spoke in Jamaican dialect.
Yeah.
So their parents spoke in Jamaican dialect. Their parents spoke in Jamaican dialect, and if they spoke how their parents spoke, the parents beat them. Like, hey, don't speak like me, man. Speak how you speak in school.
Speak like
the whole life will
listen, and okay, I could definitely say it. I don't know how bad it is with the other tribes outside of Judah, but I could definitely vouch for it with Benjamin. It's extremely hard with Benjamin on conforming to Esau standard. It's like it's as rigorous as Sunday school, first communion, confirmation. You know how them Catholics just go through that thing. And it seems like the whole culturizing of us in the islands coming up here, especially when you're on the verge of leaving out of the island to go somewhere else. Boy, it's like a boot camp on how to lick Esau's ass. You know what I mean? To be a good bootlicking slave for this goddamn devil. So you talk like how he liked to hear you talk, which is why Bob Marley's reggae is different from Peter Tosh reggae and Burning Spear. Like, damn near you had to have a Caribbean ear to listen to what, Burning Spear and them saying. But Bob Marley speaks so proper. You understand? Even in his interviews, he don't sound like how he's singing them. His interviews is different. He go back into the Jamaican twang and still it lacks spirit. You know what I mean? Still it lacks the spirit. Even you can't remember Capleton had a song. Who you calling nigga? Who you calling nigga? This is part of nigga. Like, it's so heavy in culture and ingrained in Benjamin to not be a nigga. It's like, I remember that, and that song was a big song when it came out. It's like, you'll make me get dangerous for calling me nigga. But boy, when you come into the truth, you realize, nigga, call me nigga. Call me that straight up and down. You know what I mean?
One more.
Go ahead.
My mother told me just the other day that in Jamaica, apparently, back in the day, if you go to school, your teacher would get a comb and run it through your hair, and that shit didn't go through your hair, you're in trouble. You had to make sure your shit was combed to the teeth. What's it called? Hot comb.
Yeah. You gotta straighten that shit up.
If your shit went tucked in like the white man stuff, the problem is at home. If your shit was starched and seen here like the white man is a problem, man. And that's the problem. We tried so hard not to be the average black man. Basically, the acceptable black man to be the black man that the white man can stomach. That's what I want to say.
Listen, and that's so heavy you bring that point out. Listen, we have to do a show on Rastafarianism because Rastafarianism is a religion of rebellion. That's really what it is. It's nothing else. It's really had nothing to do with Selassie. It really had nothing to do with nothing else but rebellion. And it's not okay. It is definitely it's evil because it's against the Lord. But the motive behind it was not really evil. It was them brothers' way of not conforming to the devil. You understand?
Come on.
It was their way of not. I ain't combing my hair because you want me to comb my hair. You understand? Like, that's it. I'm combing my hair because you want me to do this. I ain't saying this because you want me to say that. The whole thing is rebellion. It's like how how brothers mock Rastafarians and to show how extreme they is, saying like how Popcorn say he was in Guyana sometime. He say, I don't say Guyana, say GEN.YAHANNA, because he don't want to say guy. He in GEN.YAHANNA. He not in Guyana. It's like you get so extreme, you just go totally opposite to them.
That's right.
You understand? It's a religion, it's rebellion. Go ahead.
One more point, and that point's heavy because any brother my age, his parents are usually Rastafarian because that was what was popular at the time. And they'll tell you the generation before them hated their Rasta beliefs. Their parents would kick them out of the house. They'll go to a friend's house and the parents say, "Excuse me, I don't drink. Get out of my house." They was known as what thieves.
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Cops would beat Rastas in the head for one reason only. Who know why?
Because the woman like the white man.
No, well, okay, that's true, but there's another reason. So they could split your head. So if you know when you get a cut long time, you gotta shave the head before you get stitches.
Oh shit!
You understand? So because you want to wear this thing now, I'm gonna bust up your head. So you had to shave your dread so the doctor could stitch you up. You get the point? Like it was heavy. The oppression on Rastafarianism was heavy. You couldn't get jobs. You understand? No matter your qualifications, you couldn't get it. And so what you say, and I definitely experienced it. I lived this shit. I understand the whole thing. But, you know, primarily it was a religion of rebellion because the generation before that was so much into conforming to this white man. And you were pressing your children to conform to the white man until you just can't take it no more. You get the point?
Oh God, that's heavy, man. Shit.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to do a show on that. You know, sooner than later. But we're gonna get it up. All right? Even if we have get a couple guests to call in, we'll probably do a 2-part show where, you know, the first part we do the history of it. The second part we'll do, you know, is Rastafarianism even valid anymore?
Come on, Con. Slack yourself, you froze a bit. Yeah, I'm shy a little bit. I'm trying to think. One moment. Makes sense though, because when you look at your grandma, they hate wrestlers. Yes, it is, man. Your grandparents hate wrestling, man. You know what I mean? Grandparents hate it, didn't stand it. Your grandparents come from the scene where it's all about clean shaving, man. All about being nice and clean shaven and a nice smooth beard, man. That's what it's all about. And the Rastafarians, those two rebellious. Even though we don't agree with Rastafarianism, it was too rebellious, it was too not white, and they couldn't have that, man. They could have, it wasn't Christian, and they just couldn't have that. Like, no, it's too rough. We need a clean, smooth face. We can't have no dreadlocks in my house. You can't be speaking that language in my house. You can't be proud to be black in my house. And they wasn't having it, man. Keep people out there, catch them shots, they go bust people's heads, man. You know, that was tell me your story, but what, man? Man.
Once upon I was about, how old was I? I was thinking about 5 or 6. So my dad was a Rastafarian. My dad had the dreads from God knows how long. We still got them until this day. But so when I was a kid, I had dreads also. So I had dreads. The problem was about down to here. So one day, my mom dropped me off at her mom's house. She was a strong Christian. So my grandma was giving everybody sweets and biscuits. So when I gone to get some sweets and biscuits, she said, Rastaman don't eat sweets and biscuits. That's what she was saying. Rastaman don't eat sweets and biscuits. So she said, the only way I'm going to give you some biscuits is if you let me cut your hair.
No time you like licky.
Listen, I made her cut it.
You like licky? Oh man. So you made the you got to cut your hair. I was like, what's the sweets and biscuits?
I was about 5. She said, it's there, you let me cut your hair. She said, let me cut your hair. So in the end, I was like, okay. So sat down, I've let her cut my hair. So then my dad's come to collect me, but I walked past him and he didn't realize it was me. Because obviously he's expected to see dreads. So he didn't realize it was me. So then when we see what my grandma had done, I just remember it. Cluster.
So that's why you're telling me that licky of a sweetie and biscuit. Listen, you made him cut your hair.
Listen, cutting them dreads was the right thing to do.
That's right, man.
Cutting them dreads was the right thing to do.
But what did your father say about that, man?
After that, he said to me, do I want to grow them back? Like, he was going to make me start the whole process again. And then my mom must have said, you know what, it's no point in having for like 5-6 years, there's no point now. So yeah, basically, I probably had dreads up until I was about what?
In truth, probably
up until I would have been in the truth. If my grandma didn't cut them, and it just goes to show how much Christians hate Rastafarians and how much Christians don't respect nobody else's beliefs and whatnot.
Now, but in a way. You got to fight your granny still.
In a way,
your granny is solid, but
she didn't know what she was doing.
Granny, see, spiritual granny kind of did about a favor.
Can't be that spiritual. She's still got white Jesus on the way.
But Granny did him a favor still, man. Honestly,
In a way.
You do have that if you have now, but listen,
Listen, I would have cut them off ages ago anyway, but the thing is, I didn't have them little fingers like I said, you know, the thick ones.
So what?
Thick ones.
Oh, so Granny got scissors to them. Couldn't be shaving, man.
So scissors, I remember. She sat there and cut all of them, I remember.
Well, she cut it, then comb it and
she cut it that low that it didn't even need.
with them dreads with the brown on the ends or with the flat ones, the flat dreads. You know, flat ones are the round.
Was some thick ones where you got one here.
Oh,
The plastic ones. So I had those until I was about what? 6.
Granny cut it off.
All of it off. And after that, and my dad, him and my grandma didn't get along all the time. My grandma, even, you know what? Christianity was so strong on them who came from Jamaica, the first generation that came over here, that my dad's own dad disowned him when he became a Rastafarian. That even up until the day my granddad died, my dad and them two didn't speak.
And then you think that just a hairstyle, man. Just a hairstyle. Like a hairstyle don't make you a bad person, man. Shit. But you were so into Christianity and no, you gotta have your hair combed like the white man and you can't do this, you can't. Listen, I never have your hair combed, my hair's combed. I'm doing really good around here. But it goes to that's how much generations of the white man that much that will cut our kids off, man. If you go against anything that this oppressor told us, we cutting you up, man.
And the thing is, the Windrush generation, when they first came here, they believed that the white man done them a big favor, so they wanted to thank him, reward him. They used to listen to all the Queen's speeches, they used to keep all the British holidays. And then once the Rastas came on the scene, they realized that the Rastas was talking about Bun Babylon and all of these stuff, and that's why Christians couldn't stand it. Because our grandparents seen it as, you know what, Great Britain's done us a favor, and we're not going to ruin it. And you Rastas are ruining it for us.
Yeah, you guys are quiet, man. The white man a favor. You got to, work for him. Even though the jobs are dead, even though the jobs are what? In the underground. But the railway. Just leave it at that, man. You ruin it, man. You know what I mean? The white man gonna sweep, like basically you're gonna go on and go on until the white man goes, you know what, you all shopmakers, man. Just shush, man. Like that's how they saw Rastafarians, man. Even though Rastafarians is not in the truth, but it was a sign of rebellion, man. And the generations did it like that.
And this is why your grandparents now behave the way they do, because they came over here. Basically, they believed that they was in Jamaica suffering, struggling, and they believed that Great Britain gave them a lifeline. So now they come over here and do what? They worship the Queen, they honor her. They want to celebrate her birthday. They want to celebrate all the next British holidays. They want to be a part of British history. And then you have the Rastas who come up smoking weed, talking about Bun Babylon, talking about Bun down Babylon, and your Christian parents, they see it as, if these people keep behaving like this, it's going to ruin our chances of being here. It's going to ruin our jobs. It's going to ruin the free jobs that we work to pay for one house. And that's how they see it. So that's why that generation hated Rastas. Then over time, same like Islam, it was big in the beginning, whereas over time, these religions start to fade out into the background. Like Rastafarianism now, it's faded out into the background. Now you've got people like Lil Wayne with dreads, Burna Boy with dreads.
So Rasta initially had an idea.
They had decent morals.
They had decent morals. You know what happened, man? The same Rastas are drug addicts. Not even dealers, are drug addicts, man. I see him on the training. I saw a Rasta man in Brixton one time, man. This is the biggest beggar I've seen in my life. I've never seen a beggar so intent in my life, man. There's no begging for change. I said no. I went to the left, you don't see shit. I just heard a crack like that ever in my life, man. These Rasta men went from being so, having morals to dating white women, man.
Exactly.
Dating white women, man. Like, ain't nobody ever white woman more than a Rasta man. What happened there, man?
With the Rastas, like, alright, Rastafarians don't follow the Bible, neither do Christians, but Rastas, according to their lack of understanding, they follow certain things, even though they get it wrong.
See, they used to, but now Rasta man is smoking with that weed, and weed ain't good enough no more, man. They're the bigger high, man. Now the Rasta are hearing. Them same Rasta man talking about Jar and Selassie back in the 80s, man. Powerful. Remember them big names like Jah Thunder and Jah Lightning. Them same man are on the park bench now, man. Them same man injecting stuff in their veins now, man. You know what I mean? They didn't have morals before they did, but they didn't have morals, man. Them same man now are with white women and so forth, man. A lot of his kids have been fathered Rasta, man.
Like you look at it like these Rasta men talk about, instead of saying unity, they say unity. and all of these things. To talk about blackness and
Captain Shot to the white man is there. Finish my thoughts. The devil the Bible speaks up, man. I'll finish your thoughts.
So yeah, the Rastafarians, what they'll do is talk about unity, coming together. At one stage, there was what out of Christianity and whatnot, Rastafarians was the closest to blackness that you'd find until one day they started marrying white women. Yeah. So what you would see is Rastas would have the fattest white women ever, the horriblest ones ever, and that's who they're walking around with. And they're still trying to tell us about blackness. This is why the only place you find blackness is in the I.S.U.P.K. because the Rastafarians got all these white women. The Nation of Islam want all these Arab women, all these black
and white women. And white women, them Muslims be going after white women now. They be going after white women and heathens. Saddam Hussein was famous for having this white broad that America sent as a plant to him. You could go watch the documentary on Saddam Hussein, brother. He loved that lily white skin and that golden hair. He loved that shit.
Yeah, I didn't even know that shit. Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
But in the UK, the Rastamen love their white women, man. The Rastamen, the Rastamen love their white empress, man.
Listen, that's what you had to do. You know what I mean? When you ain't strong, you know, they don't eat meat on the plate and they ain't want no real meat in the bed. You know what I mean? That's what vegetarianism is. Vegetarianism does take away your ability to deal with evil. You turn into one of them vegan something. You want that old soft silly lily thing that, you know, don't give no trouble, that just, you know, worship everything. You can't deal with that hard-headed woman. You can't deal with that shit. You know what I mean? She raised her voice at you one more time. You ready to cry. You get the point? It doesn't make you, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't give you, which is, you know, faith, religion, it takes away your sense of responsibility, which is what you need to have a woman or woman. You need to have a certain amount of responsibility as if something going wrong, I'm going to fix this thing here. I'm going to correct it. But them religions, it teach you what? Everybody is free. Nobody don't own nobody. So if she want to go, she go. If she want to stay, she stay. You ever listen to we gonna get into it. That's a whole other topic. When you go into the reggae love songs, it's a love song like he is not in charge of her, but you know he loves her, so that's why he lets her go free and do what she wants because she's an empress and she real and she, you know, what the fuck is that?
What's your thoughts on this here? Talking about that, yeah.
Hold on. Before we go there, let's finish this one here with the foresight thing. Because I realized the white man is the devil. And just as I was playing the most important part, he cut the goddamn internet. This always happens. I'm trying to tell you. It's absolutely insane. You're seeing?
Cut up. I'm set to it.
All right, no sweat. Let me hook it up.
A nigga wants to come up here and cause trouble all the time.
Okay, let's give them more.
What's the difference between a black person and a nigger to you?
I've talked to black people. Black people, they don't want to come up here. They don't want to cause any trouble. That's a black person. A nigga wants to come up here and cause trouble all the time. That's the difference.
And what you got to see is they clapping in that audience. They clapping in that audience because they agree with them.
You understand? And that's our oppressor. That's who he is. You get the point?
I think I'm a nigga, you know, sir. Because he said niggas like to cause trouble. I'm on the Brixton High Street starting trouble every Saturday, man. I'm outside the Primark in Brum. I didn't know, but I think I'm a nigga, you know. That's what he said. I think I'm a nigga, so I didn't know till today.
Listen, we in Hyde Park causing trouble. The Muslims them can't get enough.
Shit, I didn't know, but I'm a nigga, man.
You got them right. You know what I mean? We causing trouble wherever we go because, you know, that's who we are. You get the point? Is the stream still about or it got cut off? What do you think?
Last time she was watching her, I got a text from somebody, I don't know who he is, but someone that says SHALAM brothers. I like and encourage what you guys are doing. You know, I didn't know about it, but I just wanted to ask if you have research into that so-called Star of David. I had done some research and seen that the symbol is used for occultic practices.
Okay. This brother have a name?
Last question number this she came through right now, for instance.
Okay. If it just came through, just ask the brother who texted you. I hope he's listening. The brother who just asked the question about the shield of David, you call it the Star of David. Just text your name and let me know if you're a brother or because you said Shalom brothers, so I'm assuming you're a brother. I'll take it for granted that you are one. You can just text in your name and where you're from, and I'll answer your question. All right, I'll answer it in short because we ain't got much more time. But we run classes all through the week. The brothers could get you a full out breakdown on the shield of David. But just text in your number, not your number, your name and where you're from, so I could properly address you and answer your question. All right.
So I got a call from Matthew from Birmingham.
All right, let's get it. From Matthew.
Sure, you got a comment or question? Shalom. Hello?
Shalom.
Yeah, you got a comment or question, Matthew? Oh, I don't know if you hear me. The line's what though? I'll ask him to put it again.
I think what it probably is that he maybe not listening on the phone. If you're calling the number, listen on the phone for the voice. Don't listen to the show because there's a delay. You understand? So you might say Shalom and you waiting to hear yourself on the screen. Mute your screen, but call in. The brother going, we'll hear you live, and the people will hear you later on. So, so with that said, what about the brother who asked about the shield of David? Did he leave or he responded?
Slapping Matthew again. Slapping Matthew. You got a question or comment?
Hello. Can you hear me now?
I hear you good. Can you hear me good, sir?
Yeah, I hear him good and solid.
Sure, Matthew. You got a question or comment?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, here's what. So, Matthew, listen to the phone and not the computer.
Testing 1, 2, 2.
I hear you good. Go on.
Karafi, make sure your phone ain't muted.
I'm hearing my own voice.
So, can you hear me?
If you can hear me?
Yeah.
Sure, Matthew. Yeah, Matthew, can you hear me? All right, talk to the phone. See you coming.
But you know what? You shamed me. I'm always trying not to be a nigga. And I realize that I'm doing the wrong thing. And I have to respect you for that.
Okay, Matthew, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, what do you mean by you always thought you was a nigga? That you always thought you wasn't being a nigga, sorry?
Right, because first of all, I wasn't brought up in the zone. So I'm not in there. Right? And from when I was born, I was always told to speak articulate with the Queen's English.
Me too.
And even in church, I was an Adventist and it was conservative. And I always had to be conservative. And I was like bashment, reggae music. Right? I was told it was bugger music and I must keep away from that. And I must always be sharp in a suit.
That's right. We're all taught that. We're all taught to be in a suit, to be sharp and speak like the white man. If you don't speak like that, then you're a nigga, man. You're a bad man. You gotta try to be just like him. Why can't we be the people God made us out to be, man? We're the people that, we speak slang, we have flavor. You know what I mean? Slap them.
Until today, and I've listened to this, I'm still striving to be a black man, not a nigga, what I am.
God. We hear that, we hear that, that's why this shows up, man. A lot of us was trying to be black, what they call a good slave, and not be a black man. Listen, you can't help but be a black man. Being a black man is what you're born, man. we're black people to speak a certain way, to speak slang. Slang is in the Bible. So if they say that how you speak is baga, it's not official. And they're saying that the Melody's Bible ain't official. They're saying the Melody's Bible is baga. Christ himself spoke slang. In the Bible, Christ said, the Son of Man has no way to rest his head. That Christ is speaking in the third person, man. That's how black people speak. Black people say, yo, man's hungry right now, you know. You know what, man, having a dinner right now, you know. That's how black people speak, man. So that's why you're in the right place. And in the I.S.U.P.K, we're gonna be niggas together, man. Right. We don't have to accept no acceptance from no white man. We have to speak nice and be like them. And we speak nice, say, so is that enough now? Do you accept me now? Forget them, man. Forget their standard, man. We got a place in I.S.U.P.K where we can all be niggas together. We can speak slang. We can have our braids, rock our beard, and we can be niggas together, man. So like you say, you want to chime in?
Yeah, if I could,
So like, one second, the captain will say something. So like,
Karafi, just turn on the speaker a little bit. It's coming through distorted. Like, I heard what the brother said. Brother, you hearing me? Your name is Matthew?
Sure, Matthew, can you hear the captain? How about now?
You hear me now, brother? Yeah. That audio is way better, Karafi. It's way better. Matthew I'm really glad you called to say what you just said, because okay, when you first came on, you said we shamed you, but I wasn't sure what you was talking about. But it when you explained it, it made perfect sense. And this is just to let you know, okay, we all grew up with parents who thought what they was doing was right and the standard they was teaching us was right, and they didn't know no better. But it was really to make us better slaves for our oppressor. The reason they try to make us talk a certain way is so that we could serve our oppressor better. The reason why they try to make our music less aggressive and less about revenge is so the music could be enjoyed by our oppressor. So you know what I mean? Even though you grew up learning to speak articulate and be intelligent and all of that, that's fine. But from here on out, brother, you ain't got to bridle yourself anymore. You ain't got to put you ain't got to put a cover on yourself anymore. You could be free as a black man recognized by the Lord. And you are a nigga just like the rest of us are niggas. And nigga is in the Bible. In the Bible. I'm going to say, if you give me a few more minutes, all right, Matthew? Dumgaba, pull Acts chapter 13 and verse 1, please.
Come on, sir. Now, Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Now that we're in the church that was at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
Right? In the church that was at Antioch, in the school that Paul built up, there were certain prophets and teachers, men who followed Christ, and they were called Niger. Niger is the Latin word for black. In the old American dictionaries, when they have the word nigger, it tells you nigger comes from the Latin word niger, which means black. Now, what is that telling you? That in the days of Christ, they call the prophets niggers. You understand? They call the prophets niggers. They treated the prophets like niggers. Think about it. Christ was lynched. If Christ was living today, his death would be called a lynching, where you take a man and strip him naked and beat him and run him through the streets and then hang him from a tree. That's a lynching. And that's what they do to niggas. So you ain't got to have no shame to be a nigga, and you ain't got to be shamed because you was educated a certain way. All you got to do is come find the school. After the show, call the brother the same number you call him and find out how to come down to class so you could reclaim your heritage as a nigga in charge of this earth. You understand? He's there. He's there. Or you gone?
You hear us now, yeah? He's hearing us. Come on, the people got choosing and stuff, sir. So the people go there, sir.
Most high.
And he goes stronger. Matthew, I'm ready to go, yeah?
Anything else you wanted to say?
So, anything else you want to say?
No, I'm carrying on listening. Everything else I'm fine.
Okay, so the carry on listening, everything else is fine.
Most High in Christ. Yeah, let's come on down to the class, man, and you know, let's build this kingdom, because so much of our people grew up hating ourselves. You know, with brothers, it's usually the hair and the beard and the way we talk. With women, is the overall way they look, because you know everything. A woman, even in today's society, you know, it's not what comes out of her mouth is what is seen first. It's her, you know, physical image. And our women do not fit the physical image of beauty of this kingdom. This kingdom image of beauty is what's Beckham wife name? Something Spice.
Victoria. Posh Spice.
Posh Spice. Posh Spice look like a broom on a bad day. God is skinny as shit, hard as shit. She take a deep breath, all her rib cage gonna expose. If she do this and fill her lungs with air, you're gonna see her rib cage, you know, on the side here. The broad looks sick, but to a white man, that's sexy.
The brother's calling in. The Sir David one.
No sweat. Just hold, answer his call. Let's keep him on hold. To a white man, that's a sexy thing. You get the point? That's something sexy. Our women are not built like that. Our women have curves for the corners, brother, for the ride. They got curves and shucks and meat and flesh for the ride, brother, to make the ride smooth. You know what I mean? You climbing on top of that bag of bones, brother, you liable to hurt yourself. You're liable to stab yourself. You get the point? Our woman nose is bigger. Our woman lips are bigger and thicker. Her cheeks is better. Her eyes is better. But they would tell her hair is better. But they would tell her, you know, her image is the image of being ugly. So she don't want to be no nigger no more. She trade that up to be a bad bitch or a professional woman. You get the point? So it's on both sides. So really, we just have to throw away white supremacy and come back to the Bible, come back to the I.S.U.P.K. You get me?
Oh, so like I said, I think the brother hung up for a moment. So like I said, one moment.
No sweat.
I think it could have, I'm not sure. You don't got no patience. Come to I.S.U.P.K. Get some discipline, man. Let's wait sometimes. But
was he saying something? Was he saying something on the phone?
No, after he might call back in a minute. I told him to call in. He said he's been following the channel for 3 years. I appreciate you guys spreading the truth. It's inspiring. You've helped me learn a lot. And he said, yes, I'm so-called Jamaican. My name is Dala, but I got a problem with the shit of David. He's calling Flux. I got another call from Amsterdam as well, coming through right now, sir.
All right, let's get Amsterdam. See if you could text the brother back and tell him to call in 5 minutes. We'll take his call and I'll answer it, all right?
Hold on, man. Shalom, Amsterdam. You got a question or comment? Hello? You hear me? Shalom, Shalom. So you got a question or comment?
No, I just want a comment like I appreciate
Come we listening?
No, I hear your voice too. You come like a little bit speaking on my TV. Yeah, I want to say like thank you guys. I learned like a lot. And I'm hoping to learn a lot more. And I'm tuning in always, you know.
Most High in Christ.
Sure. And we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that, you know what I mean? So like I said, the brother said sorry, his battery died, he will call back in a second.
No sweat. This brother from Amsterdam, this brother who checks in with your karate?
Cut on concert, bro checks with me every Thursday. You know, never late, on time.
Most High in Christ, sir. Listen, what's his name again?
He's from Carousel. He says from Carousel, which is a Caribbean island.
Curacao. That's in South America, right?
Yes, it's a Caribbean island. It's like it's next to Venezuela. Right.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. I see exactly what you're talking about. No, I'm thinking about Suriname. Suriname, I think, is in South America below Venezuela. Yeah, I'm thinking about Suriname, but Curacao is one of them islands right there next to Aruba, right on like on the northern side of Venezuela. Musa and Craig. Where you at? Where is he now? What's his name, Mark?
His name is Francis from Rotterdam, sir.
Rotterdam?
You know what I mean? Another city in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I know Rotterdam. You know, Rotterdam seems to be the place where Israel settled after Amsterdam. That if you're looking for Rotterdam is like the Birmingham of Netherlands. Yeah, I mean Rotterdam is like the Brum, of Netherlands. Yeah, I mean. So yeah. Listen, Francis, we gonna come and take over Netherlands too. You just hold on. We gonna come and take over Netherlands real soon. You just hold on.
All right, Rafa. We're coming to your city real soon.
There's a lot of people in Holland who, we don't know about the history, because I don't. If I don't find this on YouTube.
Salakia, sir. The brother's back on now regarding the shield.
What was he asking?
One moment. You cut off, sir. Line got distorted.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear this fine. Salakia, what's your name and your location? Salakia, which part of London are you from? Sorry, can I ask? Okay, so from North London, from Tottenham side, or?
Okay, I ain't hearing them too well. Whatever you did before, let's turn it up a little bit.
Salakia, sir. One moment.
Just a little, not
too. All right. Yeah, so where are you from? Tottenham side?
Karafia. Any way you could put the aux cord directly into the computer?
I can, so I'm not sure if it'll play. I'll do it now.
I think we might hear it. Yeah, I hear him though.
Shalom, can you hear me fine? Are you hearing him, sir?
I hear somebody talking. I don't know if he's talking to us though.
One more. Sorry. Can you hear me now, sir?
I hear nothing.
Shalom. You say that again.
Yeah, I think I got a really bad phone now.
Okay. We're hearing you now, so just tell us where you're from and your question.
Yeah, my name is Salah. I'm from London. I just wanted to know about David because a few years ago, before I got into this truth, I did some research on, Christianity and Judaism, and I researched on the Star of David, and I saw that it was used for occultic practices. The Christian cross symbol as well, and all these other symbols. So I just wanted to know if it's a symbol that we should be using.
Okay. Bear with me 1 second, all right? I'm getting something here. I'm getting something. Just tell him, bear with me 1 second, all right? Now, find out if he, as he's on the phone, if he can also watch the computer.
Okay, while you're on the phone, he can also watch the computer. Okay, so can you see us on the TV? All right, then. So watch the TV, yeah? I'm going to display something to you right now. What can you see right now on the TV? Oh, so your TV's frozen? Yeah?
My network is so bad. So sometimes it's good on good days. So since my phone cut off, I'm trying to connect to my TV, but it's just freezing on every minute.
No sweat. No, tell him to listen then, because he could always go after and watch it again, and he'll see it. But just at least for now, listen.
Go ahead, sir.
Don't go back. Pull for me in the Apocrypha, the Holy Seal. The Holy Seal, I believe, is in Maccabees. When they took our Holy Seal, look it up in the Apocrypha, the Holy Seal. Karafiel, look up for me signet or seal. Look up the physical meaning, the dictionary meaning of signet or seal. So the brother who's from London, his name is, what's his name again? Delay?
Say your name again, brother.
Dalla.
Name Dalla.
Dalla. Okay, Dalla, that's a good question, all right? And I'm gonna answer it for you. Okay, now one thing you said, let's start with that. You said when you looked up the shield of David. First to begin, this is not a star. We call it the shield of David or the seal of David. In the Hebrew, it's called the Magan Dawadah. The Jewish man in his Yiddish, which is a bastard tongue, he calls it the Magan David, right? But this in essence is David's signature, and I'm gonna break it down for you. A star is a ball of gas in the sky. A star is not shaped like this. That star you see at night, it's a ball of gas. People who call this a star, and I'm not talking about you, but the people who actually gave this the name star, they in their ignorance, because of cartoon drawings of how a star looks, they say this is a star, but this is not a star. And of course, they misinterpret the scripture in the Bible with the star of Chion, the star of Molech, your god Chion. I'm gonna break that down for you as well. But you said initially that this was used, for occultic practices, right?
You hear me? He said that this was used for occultic practices.
Yeah, sorry, I hear you guys properly.
No, I'm really well close to you.
I got you. What's it? Say his name again, Karafia. Dela. Initially, you said when you researched it, you saw that the shield was used a lot in occultic practices, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever researched guns?
Sorry.
I say, have you ever researched guns?
Have I researched guns?
Guns, guns like the AK-47, the Glock 21.
Yeah.
Okay, do bad people have guns? Do evil people have guns?
I can't hear you properly.
I'm asking you, Karafia, do something with the phone so he can hear me, all right?
Come on, Pastor.
Right, Dela, I'm asking you, do evil people have guns?
Yes, they do.
All right, does that make the gun evil?
No.
Exactly. Same way, if somebody takes this symbol and commits murder with it, it doesn't mean the symbol is evil. It means that person is evil. You get the point?
Yeah, I get you.
You understand? It's the same thing with the Bible. The Bible, everybody argues that the Bible was used to enslave us, which is not true, because the Bible, they didn't teach us the Bible in slavery. You get the point? But even if it was, it's a tool used by our slave master who is evil. It doesn't make the Bible evil. If anything, it makes it a tool that we can use against them. So in the same light, this symbol is not evil. People adopt it to do all kind of things with it. You understand? So that's the
I understand, you can get some people that use the Bible to do other stuff. Like you can bless and bless the Bible.
Say that last part again.
You can, so it's like how how you get some people, some Satanists, they use the Bible to curse.
Right, exactly. Like they're using it for their purpose, and it doesn't make the Bible evil. They're the ones that evil. You get the point?
Yeah, I understand that.
All right. So now I'm gonna just give you a Hebrew lesson. We have Hebrew classes going on. We're gonna start them up in UK very soon as well too. We have Hebrew classes going on where you learn the Hebrew, and in Hebrew, this is David. This is David's name in Hebrew. How you say David? You say Dawadah. right? So what I'm gonna do, you may not be able to see it right now, but I'm writing on a whiteboard and the camera is recording it. So after the whole show, you could go back and watch it if you can't really see it too clear. But you'll see it, all right? So for everybody else, David, the name David in English, right? This is the English. In the Hebrew, it's Dawadah. Da. That's the Hebrew, right? And that's that's the pronunciation. But the actual Hebrew symbols, English is written left to right, right? Left to right, right? In this direction. Hebrew is written right to left. So you would start with the right side. Now in Hebrew, this da, the symbol of a da is like a triangle, right? This letter here is da in Hebrew. Wa. Wa is a letter. This is wa. And then the last da, the other letter, is another da at the end, right? When David would sign documents, just like it's a signature, just like how you would write your name, whatever your name is. Have you ever seen a doctor's signature? Like when you go to the doctor and he sign your prescription. Have you ever seen a doctor's signature?
Yeah.
Does it look anything like his name?
No.
No, it don't. You understand? His name might be Paul, something with a P. The doctor might just put P and scribble something in the end. But that's his signature. David's signature was this. Da, an inverted triangle, and the wa at the top, encompassing the shield. That was David's signature initially. In the archaeology, you would always see the shield encompassed by a circle, which was really the tail of this wa. It's really the wa with the tail going around it. That's how David would. He would wear his rings like that. He would have his chains like that. David's men, when they carried letters, he would put the seal in wax and seal the letter. This is the seal of David, or the shield of David. This is on the throne of David in all our archaeology. This is his seal. This is David's signature. Over time, it was just written as this. You understand? Over time, it was just written as that. The wa eventually just became redundant. But and with some jewelry, you would still see the shield going around. If you go in the archaeology, you would still see the circle going around. You understand? The UPK shield, we have that circle going around to symbolize the wa. You understand?
Okay.
That is the Hebrew. So now in the scriptures, it talks about the seal. Now I already went over a star as a ball of gas. So this shield here is not a ball of gas. This is like how England has a coat of arms or a seal or a signet. America has a seal with the eagle. England has a seal that they put on all their official documents, so you know it comes from England and might have the lions on it or something. David's, or for something to be official from David, it had to have the seal on it. All right. Now, Dumgo, give me the scripture.
2nd Ezra chapter 10 and verse 23.
Right.
Which is the great.
Slow down, Dumgo. You gotta read it slow. All right. Now this here is in the Apocrypha, and this is an account of how heathens took our symbols and our culture and adopted it for themselves. Go ahead.
And which is
this is
what book is that? Something that could repeat the book, please.
in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra chapter 10 and verse 23.
2nd Ezra 10, 23. All right, Dela. Read that.
Dela, hold on. Dela, you familiar with the Apocrypha?
I've heard of the Apocrypha, and Mum has a Bible with the Apocrypha in, but I never really read the Bible until probably about 2 years ago.
Say that one more time. I didn't hear what you said.
When I was younger, my mom used to have a Bible in the Apocrypha, innit?
Right.
I never started reading the Bible until about 3 years ago.
I got you. Well, listen, you make sure and stay in class. Once we get off this call, Officer Karachi is going to give you Officer Shamgar's number in London, and I want you to always be in contact with the brothers so that you could get to learn more. You understand?
Definitely. I got so many questions.
Say that one more time.
I said definitely I will, because I got so many questions.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So let me finish this breakdown for you, and then you'll get your other questions answered. So now this is an account in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is part of the Bible. In modern Bibles, the Christian church has removed the Apocrypha, but the Apocrypha has a lot of history of how evil the Greeks and the Romans were to the Jews. You understand? So go ahead, Dungabar. Read it nice and slow, all right? But read it loud.
And which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion.
Start it over. Read it, tell them where you're at, and start the verse over.
2nd Ezra chapter 10 and verse 23.
All right.
And
skip up one. Skip up one verse, one or two verses. Skip up one or two verses.
Come to verse 22. After psaltery is laid on the ground, our song is put to silence.
All right. Stop right there. The scripture said our psaltery is laid on the ground. Our songs are put to silence. Meaning what? The Greeks and the Romans done came in and conquered us and put all our good joy and glory on the floor and trampled it. You understand? Go ahead.
Our rejoicing is at an end. The light of our candlestick is put out. The ark of our covenant is spoiled.
Right? The ark, hold on, slow down, Damgaba. Our light is put out. You understand? Our light is put out. Read after that. Our light is put out.
The ark of our covenant is spoiled.
The ark of the covenant is spoiled. When they came in, they took all our things, man. And the heathens always do that. The Moabites did it. The Hamites did it in the book of Samuel. Now they're doing it here. The heathens always take our stuff. Go ahead.
Our holy things are defiled.
Right? All our holy things are defiled. They came in and they sacrificed pigs on the altar. They raped our women. They killed our babies. All our holy things are defiled. Go ahead.
And the name that is called upon us is almost profaned.
And the name that is called upon us is almost profane. What does that mean? We are the children of Israel. We are God's chosen people. But today, they call the Jewish man, that Amalek, that long-nosed bastard sitting in Israel right now, they call him the Jewish man. And our name is profane because he is not the Jew. And his reputation is so evil on the earth. And they're calling him the Jew. When we're the real Jews, he's profaning our name. He's profaning us. Go ahead.
Our children are put to shame.
Right?
Our priests.
Slow down. Our children are put to shame. That's what's going on. Our children are put to shame. And that's what's happening to us today. Mark Duggan died in shame. Could you imagine if Mark Duggan was some little Jewish brat? What would have happened to England if some cop from what was the name, Trident? Some damn devil, some trigger-happy devil from Trident had shot some Jewish man. If Rashawn Charles died with a white man's fist down his throat, he choked on that devil's fist. Could you imagine what would happen to England if Rashawn Charles' name was Spielberg? Rashawn Spielberg, and he was white, and some devil choked him out in a store. But our children are put to shame. We are the thugs. We the roadman. We everything wrong with England. We the one behind all the knife crime in London. Them Ethiopians not behind it. Them Pakis not behind it. But our children are put to shame. All our young girls, they treat them like whores and sluts. Meanwhile, the white woman, the Arab woman being whoring out of both jaw legs. But our women get the shame. Our young men get the shame. Keep reading.
Our priests are burnt.
Our priests.
Our Levites,
Go ahead.
Our Levites are gone into captivity.
Right? All our priests are burnt. All our good, strong men who should be leading, destroyed in prison, destroyed in drought, destroyed by poverty. And all our Levites are in captivity. Levi today is the so-called Haitian. And you see the condition of Haiti. Poor in captivity. Keep going.
Our virgins are defiled.
All our young virgin in the Bible is referring to a young woman of marriageable age, meaning a girl who is ready to have sex, a young girl, 18, 19, 20, 21. She passed the flower of her virginity. She's matured. She's ready to have sex and marry and make children. All our virgins are defiled. Why? Because they done destroyed our households. They destroyed our nation. And now they get to come and take all our young girls and turn them into whores. Give me some more. Stefflon Don, turning up that tail to that nasty African burner boy. Give me some more. Who else we have? With Lisa Mercedes. Where's the other one who used to roll with Cartel? Not Shorty. Shorty's his woman. The other one, Lisa Hype. Oh Lord, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Yeah, I'm just giving you popular names, but you could find these type of women everywhere in our neighborhoods. We all go to school with them and whore them out. You get the point? Because the heathens done destroyed us, and the heathens now get to take our women as their own and do with them whatever they want. All our young virgins are defiled. Keep going.
And our wives ravished.
Our wives are raped. I ain't got to repeat that for you. You see what's going on. Go ahead.
Our righteous men carried away.
All our righteous men are carried away. All them prisons are Winston Green. Give me some other prisons up there.
Grinsford prison.
Go ahead.
Right. Prison.
All of them prisons. There's good brothers in there, and they carried away and losing their whole life behind bars. Why? Because some heathen decided to take what was ours for himself. Go ahead.
Our little ones destroyed.
All our little ones are destroyed. Go ahead.
Our young men are brought in bondage.
Keep going.
And our strong men are become weak.
Right, that's self-explanatory. Skip me down to the seal part now.
And which is the greatest of all?
Right, and which is the greatest? Hold on. Which is the greatest of all? Meaning what? Which is the greatest tragedy of all this? Everything we read in. Which is the greatest thing that we've lost, that we had to suffer and endure? Go ahead.
The seal of Zion.
The what?
Now. The seal of Zion.
The what?
Now. The seal of Zion.
The what?
The seal of Zion.
The seal of Zion. The shield of David. The seal of David. That's the seal of Zion. That's the seal of the Lord. That's, behold, an angel appeared wearing the seal of the Most High. This is the seal of David, the seal of Zion. Go ahead.
Have now lost her honor.
And the seal of Zion has lost her honor. And any more on it?
Come on, say. For she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
Right? The seal of Zion has lost her honor because she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us. Now, Dela, let me ask you this. Do you understand that last sentence the brother read?
Sorry, repeat that last bit then.
You want to read it one more time?
For she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
Skip up to the seal, for our seal.
Come on, and which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion have now lost her honor. For she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
Right? The scriptures say, for the seal of Zion has lost her honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us. Now, Dela, what does that mean?
That means that we've been given to we're in the hands of our oppressors, basically, and we're suffering.
Say that one more time.
We've been given into the hands of our oppressors.
He said we've been given into the hands of our oppressors.
You're right, but specifically, could you be a little more specific?
I would like if you could explain it because this is a bit new to me.
No sweat. But listen, no, you're right though. It's given into the hands of our oppressors. Let me make it crystal clear for you. Let me make it crystal clear for you. Hold on. 1 second, all right? Dumgaba, read the scripture one more time.
And which is the greatest of all, the seal of Zion, have now lost their honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
Right? This seal has lost her honor because she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us. All right? Now Karafi, I'm gonna do a screen share real quick, all right? Low it. Low the man then. Low it. Hold on. I hope this computer don't go out again. All right. Okay. Could you all see? Come on, make it big for me. All right. Could you all see now? Dela, are you able to see the screen or not yet?
Yeah, I can see it, but it keeps.
All right. Do you see the same symbol behind the desk on the wall and on the flags?
Yeah, I see that.
Right. Do you know who this is right here in the middle? Do you see the arrow on this guy's head? Do you know who that is right there in the middle?
Yeah.
Who is he?
The guy that's standing. I could see on the screen, two guys standing up, and there's two flags.
Okay, that's right. No, he is a man called Benjamin Netanyahu, who is in charge of Israel today. This is the state of Israel. And our seal has been given to them that hate us. Like they call themselves Israel. They have the shield of David right here, but they take it as their own. And today they are respected as Israelites or Israeli Jewish man. Even the menorah, the candlestick that is that belongs to us. They have it right here, their seal. You get the point? As their image. You understand? They done took it. Let me give you.
I thought that was something that all this time I was thinking that was something that they had and they just took it and then they took our culture and then they just slapped everything on the flag and then they said, oh yeah, this is God.
That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. They took our culture. Look at another one here with some Jewish man sitting, and in the background on the Israeli flag is the shield of David, and they done took that, and now they get to call themselves the real Jew when they're not the Jew. This symbol belongs to us. This belongs to a black man by the name of David, King David, Malak Dawadah, and this is his symbol, the Magun Dawadah. It's not the Star of David. A star is a ball of gas. And in the scripture in the Bible, it's not talking about a star in the sky. It's talking about a star as in an idol. Like Jordan is a superstar. Raheem Sterling is a superstar. Buju Banton is a superstar. It's talking about that type of star. But this here is not an evil image. It's not occultic. This is our image that the heathens done took and gave and, act like they are us. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right? So if you need any more, brother, just ask the brothers who have more questions. They're going to break it fully down for you. This is something else I was just about to tell you too. And it just slipped my mind. But that's the breakdown of the shield. It's not the symbol of the Illuminati. It's not occultic. It's not none of that nonsense. It's the shield of David. It's the holy signet. It's a symbol. It's who we are. And the Lord said, his kingdom will be established on the throne of David. This is David's signature. This is his seal. This is on David's throne. And we wear it because this is what Christ is going to be rocking on the return. He was rocking it before. Because he comes from the lineage of David. You understand?
That's right.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that for me.
Ain't no sweat, brother. Anytime at all. You know what I mean? So make sure, Karathia, make sure you text him the brother's number, and he could get questions. Make sure he has your number too, and that he locked in with the classes. All right, and let's get him in. What part of London you in at?
North London. You know, Seven Sisters.
North London. Where he said?
Hello.
Said North London, so that's like Tottenham, Motherwell side to them.
But he said something after North London. He called the specific place.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, what do you call it? Seven Sisters. Was that?
Yeah, Seven Sisters. Sorry, the line is really bad. But,
No sweat.
North London, Seven Sisters.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, let him get. Let's try and get him, locked in. All right.
All right, and Shalom for that, yeah. And we'll give you the number. As contact the school, come to class, and we get in contact with Officer Shamgar up there in London. Powerful brother. So like I said, Shalom for that. Thanks for the question. You know what I mean? We're gonna get you in contact with Officer Shamgar up there in London. A powerful officer in the UPK, man. And you know what I mean? We'll sit on the right track, give you the schedule for the classes and so forth. And Shalom for calling, all right?
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be great. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
All right. No sweat. Yes, Shalom. How about you, Shalom? Come on, Carter. So I think that's it, sir.
I think we're good to go right there. Yeah, I think we are a good show. I see you coming up on a level one down the bar. What pressure he end up make it in today?
Nah, he came in for a bit, but he had to run out. You know what I mean?
That's how he you know what I mean? He taking over UK and Netherlands and France and wherever there's green grass on that side of the damn earth. Parasha is getting it in, so that ain't no sweat. You know what I mean? He doing it out there. We're gonna do it here, and then at the end of the day, we divide the spoil. And raven like the wolf and divide the spoil and build up that whole stone. And it's good that you have the on the ends, rocking and rolling. We're gonna do it again next week. People could call and get the questions answered and stuff like that. You understand? And we just rock and roll.
So I said, I'm not that brother in the chat. If you got time to Yehuda Yasha'Allah, he's saying, where does the scripture show what the seal looks like? That with archaeology.
Okay, what's his name?
Yehuda Yasha'Allah. So
all right, Yehuda. When you show me that there's a U in Hebrew for Yehuda, I'll show you in the scriptures where the seal is. All right, you can't. Your name is Yehuda Yasha'Allah. Yasha'Allah is Hebrew. Yehuda is not. No, you ask me how the scriptures say, how could I tell you about heavenly things when you can't even understand earthly things? You can't get your name, but you questioning me. Show me you in the Hebrew. Show it to me. Show me the you, Yehuda. The name is Yahawada, dummy.
Right.
Judah gives thanks. Judah gives thanks. It's a combination of Yahweh and Thawada. That's how Judah praises. Yahawada, not Yehuda. When you show me the you, then we'll talk. All right? Show me the you. Prove it to me. Prove the you to me. Then we'll talk. All right?
Come on.
All right.
So again, we're on the ends. I.S.U.P.K on the ends with Captain Machama Young, Officer Dungabar, Officer Karafa, the executioner. And you know what I mean? Again, we'll be here next week, Friday. Look out for us, man. Make sure you like, subscribe. We'll have many guests, man. Look out for guests. It's a powerful show. Ain't no one do like how the I.S.U.P.K do it, man. Nobody can do like how the I.S.U.P.K do it, man. Or anyone, no one can't become close. They're all Christian. They're all soft. Get me? No one did it harder than the I.S.U.P.K, man. All the breakdowns and the knowledge, you want to learn who you are. The I.S.U.P.K got it, man. Make sure your contact number. Get in contact with Captain Barasha, man. We lead you in the right place. Classes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 to 9. Make sure you log in on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom, 7 to 9, and 394 large job B18 5PW, and pay your tithes, man. 10% of anything you earn. If you earn 10 pence, we want that penny, man. Eliza.
Listen, we want it all. We want everything. We want the tithes and everything, and above all, your service. If you're man enough to come in here and have some strength and some power, come and learn how to, be a priest of the Lord and a prophet and go and teach this truth. If it is that you're a sister and you want to help, come up in here and learn to teach this truth. Learn to support the teachers of this truth. Come and give your substance. You know what I mean? We're working hard day and night. There's another episode on the ends. Shalom.
Shalom. What's that you playing here, son?
Listen, you know how to let bounty go. Let it ride.
Listen to my voice. Listen to the trend. Now you say no now. You want to see, but when you show up home, when you show you please, look into my mind. Can you see the well? Can you tell that high? Wanna help myself, but if it happen that I seek you for your ring. Don't be mad at me. It's a survival thing. Look into my heart. I can feel your fear. Take another look. Can you understand? Why are you afraid? I'm trying to gaze. Or is it this thing? Punching in my face. Look into my eyes. Tell me what to see. Can you feel my pain? I'm not your enemy. Give us some better way. Things are really bad. The only friend I know is this one I have. Listen to my voice. This is not a threat. But now you see the knife. Are you worried yet? You get talking about. You want to see. But when you show hope, then we will show you me. Look into my life. Can you see my kids? And let me ask you this. You know what hungry is? Well, in this part of town, survival is my will. For you to stay alive, you got to have that thing. Look into my house. When you're living there, look me in the eyes and tell me that you care. When I made up my mind, when up in the mall, I know I run the night. I'm on a lip like dog. You don't have my shoes. Can you see my throat? Struggle that we live. Nobody really knows. Something not to say. Would you live like that? And if you had to then, you would have lost one shot. Look into the schools. Tell me how you feel. Want the kids to learn. Without the proper meal, they want to have in place to keep them out around. If that's about the school, them out of house, that's good. Look into my eyes. Tell me what you see. Can you feel my faith? I'm not your enemy. Because of better way. Things are really bad. The only friend I know is this one I have. Listen to my voice. This is not a trend. Now you see the night. Are you worried yet? You be talking about. You want about to cease. But when you show hope, then we will show you peace. Look into my mind. Can you see my world? Can you tell that I want to help myself? But if it happens that I stick you for your thing, don't be mad at me. It's a survival thing. Look into my heart. I can feel your fear. Take another look. Can you hold my stare? Why are you afraid of my younger face? I resent this thing.